Okay, extremely pleased to be back with more Baldur's Gate 3. Last time I played this was like a month ago or so. It hasn't been that long of a gap. There's going to be another 4-hour session coming up here in a couple weeks, and then another one maybe a month or two after that, and then we'll probably have to hold for it to win the vote, but I really enjoyed what I played of this. I think it's a strict improvement over my memory of Divinity Original Sin, at least, and I'm excited to see more of the story here. Zah. I did get somebody on YouTube who was like, it truly is the choice of all time to play this game with a controller. And it's like, that was like the whole pitch of Divinity Original Sin, right? The whole idea is, hey, it's a CRPG that you can play with a controller. I kind of wanted to check that out. Okay, let's explore around this town as we just got here. And I did review my future Marsid notes, but if there's something I clearly forgot from last session, feel free to just tell me. Remind me, stealing in this game, is that something oh, certain actions are frowned upon.
This seems like a lovely little spot. The sense of impending doom aside.
I guess that answers that question. If it's highlighted in red, it counts as a crime.
Have some respect. This really isn't the time to talk.
I see.
Not now. Please.
Game audio is maybe a touch quiet. Turn it up a bit. Let me know if it gets too loud later.
Glad you made it
There's a
inside.
worm out of my eye.
Doubt we'll be safe here for long, though. There'll be more coming. Goblins hunt in packs.
I'm not going to say that, even though it's Githyanki only.
Maybe, but we're not fighters. If they broke through, it'd be a massacre. The sooner we leave for Baldur's Gate, the better. If the road was clear, 10 days walk maybe. But while the goblins are out there, it might as well be the other side of the world.
We could say a prayer.
Deal with the goblins.
Yeah.
Hello. Fearful Bugbear Assassin. Huh. I could use cunning action dash. And I can change my weapon in this menu, is that right? Or did I have to like go into their character sheet to do that? Don't want to range him if I'm in melee range of him. Main hand attack. Oh, it's just saying that it's piercing damage and not that it's an... Okay, I understand. Nice. Okay.
Another fight.
Turn.
Let's go. Very well.
Listen, you.
Save. Lame. Don't really have a heal to do there. That'd be fun to try to shove them off the map there, but too far away. Too heavy to shove. Okay.
I speak.
Fine.
Of course.
Juice movement speed seems nice if he's chasing this other character. Nice crit. hard.
On the move.
Okay, and I think we learned one of her skills is worse because of what stat it scales with. Is it Sacred Flame? Or no, Firebolt is intelligence. Sacred Flame is wisdom, right? That affects its accuracy. Not surprised anymore. Gonna hide when I'm right next to his face. Rude. It's a little too heavy to shove.
Can't even catch my breath.
Listen up! Thine
Hey, Namek, how you doing?
pools of tepid piss.
Death is but a word away.
Oh, so close. I'm gonna have to take some damage from him, unfortunately. Ow. And it hit really hard.
Take two.
Enable his sneak attack at least. Hooray, team.
You have good timing. Never been much of a fighter, so wrestling a bugbear would have gone poorly. But you're not here for heroics, are you? Avernus's stench is all over your skin. Let me guess. Your devil mistress sent you to get her soul coin back. Too bad. I earned it, fair and square.
You got me. Coin mistress?
You almost seem honest. Care to explain why you reek of the hells?
A mind flayer abducted me. May as well do guidance. So can I tell why I have situational advantage here? I really like the way that Disco Elysium would give you a summary of all your bonuses and why you had them. And also, I think it's very wise of them to have checks with such low DCs.
Well, that's quite the story. And I thought I was doomed. Now I feel sorry for you. Here. Take this. It's worth a fortune. But a fortune's not worth much if you're dead. Consider it payment for saving my life.
A soul coin, true to its name, holds a mortal soul inside.
Hey, a
It
little passive
serves a
arcana
man
check. You'd love to see
as
that.
Very valuable currency.
Character is very pleased with that. A bullywug trumpet. Okay, so we got some level ups here. Might take me a second. The long search is over. Health up. Whole bunch of options. Okay. Nothing to change here, right? Because it's giving me a free opportunity to change my prepared spells. Giving me Prayer of Healing. Heals all allies you can see. It seems pretty good. Can only be used outside of combat. Okay. Yeah. That is in combat. Oh yeah, that makes sense. Which is like a abstraction change in this game, sort of. I guess it's like up to DM fiat when you're allowed to prepare, but I think I still recommend long rest. Specialization available. 2 spell slots, cutting words. Right, and you start with such low HP. It's a pretty significant increase. Okay, lots of options here. Blindness, Calm Emotions, Cloud of Daggers, lasts for 10 turns. Control, Crown of Madness. I like that this doesn't have to succeed. I guess I have to spend concentration to keep it up. If I get attacked or something, there's a chance it breaks. Game, don't make me pick cool flavor abilities that I can use. I think I have to take Detect Thoughts. Is that like Charm Person? Do I have to proactively cast it, or is it going to give me a new dialogue option to cast it when relevant? Okay. Yeah, I think that's going to be a spell text for me. That's cool, though. I like that they bother. Animal Friendship. Oh, and it's also letting me choose level 1 spells. Okay. Yeah. College of Lore. You get Cutting Words. Distract a creature and sap its confidence. Weapon proficiency, combat inspiration. Okay. Scimitar proficiency. Attack 2 enemies at once. It's a lot of flourishes. Teleport to the target. Wish I could see the stats on what this does. Or like the uses, like do I get once per long rest? Can I do it constantly? I'll take cutting. It's fine. Yankee Psionics jump. Oh, that seems pretty helpful. Okay. So this is just letting me... Did I gain 3 new proficiencies that I previously didn't have here? It's a reaction. Okay, that's cool. Arcana seems to come up a lot. If there's a passive Arcana check, is it just testing me or is it testing my party members too? Like, does Gale get to contribute to that? Should probably choose based on my actual stats. Okay, take that then. Skills you have expertise in. Oh, that's kind of cool. Double your proficiency bonus, but only for that skill. Does this apply automatically to stuff like deception and performance? It looks like it. Okay. You can also pick persuade. I see. I think I like all of these. Level 1 spell slots. I haven't really had the opportunity to use this, but it's fine. Oh, right, because I could have Gale leading the conversation, right? Okay, gotcha. Thanks. Okay, Arcane Lock. Oh man, they must have like really struggled to make that relevant in a video game. Third person's pretty good. Do they get to save against it? Whiz save. And if they save against it, it does nothing. It's a waste of a spell slot, right? Targets still take half damage, okay. I'm boring. My like house rule D&D basically gets rid of accuracy entirely, so anytime they tell me something where it's like, oh, you have a 50% chance for this to do something and a 50% chance for it to waste your turn, I'm like, no thanks, I'll take something that does something. Invisibility. This really breaks when you fail stealth checks on attacking, casting spells, or interacting with items. It only works on one creature. I guess knock is less helpful if I have lockpicking. Mirror image seems pretty useful. So okay, are they abstractly representing the duplicates via the increase to your armor class? Or in addition to the increase to your armor class, there are literal duplicates that spawn that the computer then attempts to target as though taunted? I assume it's the former. Or at least that they don't taunt. Type of damage changes to the last type the creature suffered. Does the computer attempt to copy them, or is it just like, oh, you have this little buff around you that gives you +9 AC, and it goes down by 3 each time you get hit? Shatter. All nearby creatures and objects. Within 60 feet. And this does do friendly fire, right? I think I have like a passive for this guy that makes him not do friendly fire, but only with specific like schools of magic. Kind of wish I could see relevant skills of magic that are affecting this. Pretty sure I took evocation for him. Okay, that seems good, especially since they still take half damage. And the same number of slots if I want to fit. The grease is really good. I enjoyed that. Underwhelmed by magic missile, even though I like it. I guess the fact that it always hits is good. I don't like depending on concentration, so I'll probably dump this. I don't know that I can justify mage armor. Now, God, I can't see on the screen what my total spell slot count is, right? I had to pay attention when I leveled up. Because if I can only cast one level 2 spell per day or whatever, then having 2 of them seems like... I guess it's giving me more options as to which one I want to cast. I hate fancy and magic. I hate it so much. It's fine. Hey, specialization. Leisure domain, bro. Nice. Arcane Trickster. Thief. Oh, okay, the level up text was incorrect because it was assuming I was taking Arcane Trickster. I understand. Fast Hands gain an additional bonus action that you just always have? Like a passive? Resistance of falling damage. Any attack roll against a surprise creature is a critical hit. Okay. But characters are still rolling initiative in combat, right? So if we don't get a surprise round and or if he doesn't roll a high initiative, then this entire subclass is basically pointless. I guess I still get the... You restore your action bonus action at the start of combat. Like, in the event that it was consumed before the start of combat? That's correct. Does this mean that you get an extra action and bonus action at the start of combat, or is this like to cover you in the event? This means effectively you can't be surprised. Oh, interesting. So if I like snuck in... Okay. I see. Well, I think this is probably the best one. Thief seems really interesting, and I like the idea of having the extra bonus action, but if I can control the start of combat and open with an attack from him and always open with a big critical hit, that seems pretty good. And get to act again. I don't remember, but I thought that was just how Divinity worked out of the box. That, like, if you attacked out of combat, that you just did damage and then combat rolled and everyone got, you know, their turns independent of what you just did. It's only bonus actions, so...
Peer through the telescope.
Normally I'd always take the thing that gives me extra actions, but it's only bonus actions. That's all there was to see.
You see a dragon circling like a bird of prey, hunting. The telescope points to the left.
Can't give up now.
Kind of regret taking Assassin already, but just because I'm always like, give me more actions, but I don't know. Right now in the early game, it's really hard to have guaranteed damage, so... Guess I could see if it's saved before that and reload it. Guess you can't respec stuff like specializations. Oh, really? Oh, okay. Well, then I won't worry about it. I guess I can try it out then. My thought was that Assassin's probably helpful here in the early game, but that it's going to fall off later game when it's like, okay, that's one character doing damage at the start of combat against one enemy, who gives a shit, versus you get bonus actions every single round for every single combat. Can respec everything except race. Okay. Does this have Pet Pal where I can talk to all the animals? Oh, that's cool.
The squirrel lunges at your foot and bites it.
What the hell?
It is unnecessarily odd. A small, noisy pest with a bushy tail. You cannot imagine what purpose such a creature could possibly serve. You
Just
follow
really
the
like that
squirrel's
dice
gaze
rolling
to a pair of
animation.
clumsy, ugly feet. Your own, on her territory. Looking around, her territory extends from one end of the grove to another.
Still have guidance. It's the more important check. Hey, nice. Speak with animals is also a dialogue prompt as opposed to a thing you have to proactively cast.
After a final squeak of warning, break the rules and there will be trouble, she scurries away.
Timber's incentive. It's fun. Okay, so that's an item. Inventory is like part of the character sheet, right? Okay. Okay. Sort by most recent. I know I can sort. Just give me a sec. Latest. Was that the incentive? Oh, so it's just a thing that's like always on if you remember to press it, essentially? Weird. Oh, the game's so good about not having that kind of a thing.
Something over there.
Oh, so just be on all the time, that'd be nice. So the loot in that chest was completely procedurally generated, right? Yeah. I guess you have to pay. They actually cost you nothing? Like, there's no, like, ritual components that you have to gather?
Won't budge.
Kind of been my opinion that ritual spells in D&D are, like, a lot of the, like, fun flavor magic. And that the associated costs are rarely interesting. And it should just be like, hey, your mage, this is a thing your mage can do, right? Like, if you got a mage in the party, if you got a ranger in the party, everyone can just run overland faster. Because if you're tracking overland movement speed, who gives a shit, right? Like, what are we doing here? Unless if your entire campaign is about overland movement. Yeah, that's iterating up toward a line, right? It makes sense. It's like they just took rituals, removed a bunch of the hassle, but they didn't completely remove the hassle.
Years and suddenly we're overwhelmed. Well met. And thank you for beating back those goblins. Most brave of you. Is there anything you need? Act fast if you do. The ritual will be complete before too long.
You locking down the grove?
I know it's drastic, but more monsters seem to terrorize this region every day.
What about the people
We
here?
druids will be safe. As for those that took refuge here, well, may Sylvanas guard them as they continue their travels.
This is interesting to play this. I've played a ton of D&D. I just haven't played really any 5th edition, so I'm having to learn about 5th edition and also what's different about Baldur's Gate 3 and 5th edition.
You sound just like Korga. But it had to come to this. I prayed to Sylvanas each night. The Wildfather will protect those refugees. I hope.
A ritual something I have to unlock, like buy a book for it or something, or do certain character classes just obtain them at certain levels?
I pray no goblin arrow has grazed you. Nettie could put you to rights.
Nettie.
She should be with the others in the inner chambers. But I doubt she'll be taking on new patients. The grove will be locked down.
Doesn't take up spell slots though, right?
Just some bits and bobs I no longer need.
I don't think I've been prompted to learn any yet. I still kind of detest Divinity Original Sin inventory management. This isn't worth my brain power at the moment.
Sylvanas, guide your path.
Please. I won't leave them behind.
You're going to get us killed.
Hells, we can't just leave. They're kin.
I'll not gamble our lives, our futures, on people who are as good as dead. We must leave for Baldur's Gate at once.
Can we all just take a moment, please?
What's the point in blazing spells if we don't bloody use them? We should stay. These people aren't fighters. We can help.
Or yell louder. That's fine too.
Only 10. I forget his friends a spell. I guess this is going to be something that's going to be tricky, is like remembering if I can use that in every single encounter, because it tells me I can add it as a bonus, but I don't know if it's like consuming the use of it, right? Or if I can just use it in every encounter if I want to. I don't think the tooltip includes that info.
Thank you. It's the right thing
Just a
to do, and
cantrip.
you know
Okay,
it.
so infinite use. Got it.
She's right, Rolan. We're better than this.
Zerg. Fine, I'll stay too. Lest you both end up with your throat slit by Goblin Blade.
Thank you, Rolan.
Okay. Very good.
Hey, Rolan. We'll get to the city.
We should have left by now. Damnation! Instead, we're just sitting here, practically begging to be attacked. Staying is a mistake.
Doing the right thing.
And what about us? There's every chance we've doomed ourselves by helping these people. We will end up fodder for some Goblin's blade, all because Leah insists on helping every wounded foe we see. Our best chance to make it to Baldur's Gate is on our own. This place is lost.
Why are you so eager?
You are looking at Laroican's newest apprentice. Yes, that Laroican. The greatest wizard in Baldur's Gate.
I've heard that name before. A young man, yes? Lives in Ramaz's tower in the upper city.
The very same.
The very
Waterdeep
same.
has it he's a bit of a cad. But you say he's an accomplished wizard.
Of course he is. The greatest spellcaster along the Sword Coast. As if I'd settle for a lesser mentor.
In that case, I'd very much appreciate it if you could arrange an introduction, should we reach the city.
I think the dialogue in this game is incredible. It's like exponentially better than Divinity. I talked about this last episode, but I wonder if it's just the fact that they moved to like fully animating it, that it like restricted them to be a little bit more precise.
If it's powerful acquaintances you're after, you have to look no further than yours truly. Few can match me, in either magic or talent. In years to come, you will boast of this meeting, I can assure you. May we meet again in Baldur's Gate, my friend.
Okay.
This is a bloody death trap, not a sanctuary. You should clear off while you can.
Good work, kids. You're all heroes. Each and every one of you.
The Blade of Frontiers. What a thrill for the children.
They're tough kids. Smart, too. The future's in good hands.
Good work, kids. You're all heroes.
Go on. Give me a best shot. Not bad. Again.
That's a sandbag for kids.
I can't do it. I'm not like you.
Umi, I don't need you to be like me. You just have to buy enough time to run. Come on. I believe in you. You can do this.
This whelp is hopeless.
You're on the right path, Umi. Go on now. Practice what you've learned. Well met. The Blade of Frontiers at your...
The man's smile bends downward, and his thoughts become yours. You are the Blade of Frontiers, racing through the wastes of Avernus. Just ahead, a diabolical figure, red skin, single curled horn, blazes with flame, bloodied great axe held high.
Hell's great fires. You were on the ship.
True.
Better friends than the ones hitching a ride in our skulls, at least. I'm sure you know the stories. Doomed to shed our skin and become illithid.
It's a really incredible pitch, like set up for the story.
Not yet, anyway. Could just be good luck. I'm not so...
Your minds collide once more. Wyll chases the fiend ignited with rancor. She is an infernal war devil. A threat to the living. Evil incarnate.
Shit! You saw her. Advocatus Diaboli.
Advocatus Diaboli.
Hey!
A devil's advocate. A champion in the blood war between diabolical forces and demons.
Big fan of the passive skill checks.
That ship sailed the Styx already. All I can hope for is to limit the damage. Her name is Karlach, an archdevil soldier I swore on my good eye to kill.
I tracked her through the hells to the Mind Flayer ship, but the damned Illithids infected me before I could end her.
She's out there now, preying on the innocent. I don't kill her, she'll leave behind nothing but a trail of corpses.
Good luck with your devil problem. Looking to cure this infection. We should partner up.
Just so you know, my first duty is Karlach. I'm oath-bound to go after her.
Duty.
But I won't deny this infection is bothersome. I accept your invitation.
Sweet.
I'm up for the challenge.
These kids are screwed.
Just got to make a little space.
I kind of like having, I kind of have the classic party here almost. Although the classic party would be removing me and replacing myself with Wyll.
A splendid plan. We'll talk more there.
Okay, cool. Imagine you can just spend a ton of time just like talking to everybody in town, even though the conversations are all pretty reasonable, well-paced.
Step, parry, strike, damn it! It's just not... Sorry. I've never seen your faces. Well, I should get back to it.
I don't like that so many of the Githyanki options are being a huge dick. I guess I should have known. Having some trouble.
Nothing but. Goblins in the wild, out for blood. and the Druids in here looking to kick us out. Or worse.
I guess their whole point is they're like survival of the fittest, right?
But I'm useless with a sword.
Read his thoughts. Play against type. I'll be that person. Play a tanky gnome.
He was only a boy. And I just froze while the wall tore his head clean off.
Detect Thoughts is costing me a spell slot though, right?
Never again.
Like it's consuming a daily resource until a long rest.
You're right. I need to clear my head. And step, parry, step, step, swing. Yes!
Because like the life of a Gith is so terrible that they have a very like brutal.
Bet you'll put it to good use.
Oh, okay. Don't shout your moves like that.
Oh, yes. I'll bite my tongue when the time comes.
Kamehameha.
I'll suffer embarrassment so long as I survive. I just hope the Druids won't make that harder than it is already. But I'll keep at it. Thank you.
No problem. I have immense respect for Larry and the devs who made this, even though I had a lot of issues with the first Divinity game, like hearing that they're basically like essentially a worker co-op. They just kind of share their profits among the employees, and they are completely uninterested in working with Hasbro to make DLC for this game. Good for them. Props. Imagine people were hungry for DLC, that they probably leave some threads open at the end.
Goblins, Druids, this grove is a death trap. Grab what you can and get out. That's my advice. Is that everything?
By Mordai's eyes. Another one. My friend's blood not enough. Come to rip me open too.
Maybe they'll do a sci-fi game next.
You did not fight to aid us. You simply craved the taste of blood.
Rude? Hey, I know I look like a gray alien, but you look like the devil, so we should, like, cut the prejudice.
Thanks for fighting off those goblins. If you need to replace any gear, just ask. My selection's pretty slim.
Hell yeah.
I had to leave most of my equipment in Elturel.
Yeah, I read the CEO gave a big rant, or like they wanted to do a rant at the Game Awards and couldn't, so they like shared what the rant would have been, and it was kind of complaining about how capitalism is destroying art. Like, hell yeah.
If it isn't the talk of the camp. It's a rare
It's a teensy
day
bit.
when I see one of you lot about. Thank goodness you came along when you... Oh! You look more green than yellow, Petal. Are you hurt, cold, feverish? Auntie Ethel will sort you out. I've lotions and potions galore.
Wonder if that's custom dialogue from being Gith. It's fun. You could be friend or foe. Why would I drink anything you prepare? Let her fuss over you.
Aha! You take a sup at that and you'll feel right as rain, sweetie.
The, like, silent reaction shots of the main character are really funny. Clearly, canonically, my character talks, but because there's no voice acting, I just like to imagine that they're completely mute.
As you down the potion, a comforting warmth spreads through you.
Imagine that I'm like role-playing as Mario RPG Mario and just doing charades in response to everything.
Oh, I've seen it all.
Worms in the eyeball?
Who'd been caught dabbling with a dryad. The wife
Exactly.
was none too pleased and introduced him to a pot of boiling oil.
Love that everyone immediately understands Mario's message too.
Fixed him up, and depending on the lighting, he looks good as new. My point is, whatever ails you,
I once played a mute barbarian in D&D that only communicated via writing on a sign like Looney Tunes.
I love it. Let's tell her everything.
Wile E. Coyote.
What is it, Petal? What's wrong?
Starion's really funny. He's basically Tim Curry. I've got Dr. Frankenfurter in my party. Got a Mind Flayer parasite in my head.
As you recount your adventure, Auntie Ethel nods along, her eyes wide.
You poor pet. My heart goes out to you, truly. I see no sign of a tentacle yet, but that could change in an instant. You need help. Serious help. I've ne'er a potion or lotion here that could do it, but...
Ne'er a potion or lotion?
I may have something at home. I've collected some interesting bits and bobs over the years. You'll have to stop by my house, just at the edge of the forest. Let me mark it on your map. I'll be heading back soon, so I can meet you there.
Sweet.
Now, do you need anything? I have a few odds and ends for sale.
So, okay, for stream purposes, I hate the Divinity itemization. I hate the way the shops are organized. I know it's not that big of a deal to just look at the highlighted items and decide whether I want them or not, but there's like so many items and so little gold to go around. If I play like basically all of the sub-block and premiere stream hours of this game without ever buying something from a shop, am I going to be fine? Or do people feel like the game is balanced around me buying like some equipment upgrades and stuff? Like, am I going to find stuff in chests that's more or less going to cover me? It's worth it just from a streaming perspective to not like slow down to stare at that menu every time.
Take care, Petal.
If it's necessary to shop, I'll do it. I'm just wondering if I can get away with ignoring it for the next, I don't know, 20 hours of game. Okay, cool. Thank you. Seems like they're a little bit better than Divinity. Like they give you a couple more tools to filter your loot and like look through your vendor trash and stuff, but gotcha. Is there anything, so if I am going to look at it, is there anything in the items that will give me a really quick, holy shit, this is unusual, vendors typically don't have this, like certain rarity tiers or cost of the item, or will it indicate to me that the item is unique or something? Okay. I don't want to be sneaking constantly. Save regularly and load if something happens, I guess.
You're the one who helped at the gate. Glad
Okay,
to
so
have another
blue's a
sword.
maybe, purple and golds.
need it.
Blue and purples are maybes, golds I should definitely look at if they have a gold. Okay. Thank you. Let me put that in my future Marstead text file now. When assessing shop inventories, literally just look at blues, maybe, purples, and golds. I can manage that. Then I can at least look at the shop.
Have you spoken
I just don't want to pour over every fucking potion and herbal or ingredient, right?
Of course, you have your own business to attend to. But if the Druids won't abandon this ritual of theirs, it will be trouble. For all of us.
Gotcha.
No, sir. But if there's a clear path past those
Potions, right? Yeah.
Yes. Of course.
I think I'm learning increasingly that that's like my least favorite gameplay loop in any video game. Unless if the entire game is about it, then it can be fun, I think. But I don't like having to sift through hay looking for needles, right? And some fantasy games are structured in such a way that like all the loot is worth at least looking at, 'cause maybe it has a cool like item description or something, even if it's not something you actively want to use. That's true. And I can mark my vendor trash. Okay, so let's practice this really quick to see if I remember from last episode. So we go to character sheet and we filter. I can't actually see whether it's vendor trash at a glance, right? We established that there's certain junk that actually does get a use. So like the shovel does something. Now, do I know the shovel does something because there's yellow text there that says that it can be used to dig, and the tongs don't because there is no such text? I guess I don't have to worry too much about encumbrance because I can always send garbage back to my bank. But like bottles and jugs and quills and plates and bowls and shit are never going to matter, right? And skulls and bones. Yeah, I'd love there to be like just a little bit of text on there that was just like, this is literally just trash. I can figure it out. Carafe of water isn't trash because it counts as a water source for like puzzle solving, yes? We passed the like really cheap junk, so I'm gonna just leave it on that. Sure. Okay. Cragged Rock. Prison Road. I kind of get the sense I can just sort of walk around in this game and it's fine. Do I have to worry terribly much about like quest points of no return where I'm gonna like lock out side quests from being completed? Or triggering like missables of areas I can't revisit later? That's nice. Yeah, I guess I just send it to camp because I have an infinite ender chest. I did leave a note about that. Okay. Okay, so there will be an explicit warning on act change, and when that happens, basically the safest thing to do is just do all of my remaining side quests that I have in my journal at that point. I should be fine. Okay, leaving white stuff on the ground, have plenty of money. Yeah, games like this, like you look at the, you know, the characters' shop inventory and like the cost of their best item is equal to the total amount of money I've gathered to date. And so I get stressed out thinking, oh, it must be like Dragon Quest where I can like buy one thing every time I visit town and then I'm broke. It's hard to like grok how much practical money you actually have just from playing it for a few hours, so it's good to know. Okay, but being in different areas, like leaving the Mass Effect planet essentially doesn't necessarily mean that spending time on the main quest in this area is going to lock me out of a side quest from earlier. Just want to make sure there's not like, I'm okay if there's like, you know, that they'll explicitly tell you, hey, here's 2 side quest options, you have to do this one or the other one, and they're explicitly exclusionary. But I'd be bummed if I went to go progress the main quest and it like locked out an earlier side quest arbitrarily. Where's my map? Keep going to places I haven't been. I could do that. That's... be another way to get there, maybe. Okay. And things being time gated, the game is explicit about warning me when a day, like normally I can just rest however much I want.
Leave me alone. I beg you.
Makeshift prison.
You ain't gonna shoot me. Your hands are shaking.
Put it down. She can't fight back.
That's
Okay, thanks. Turn normal.
Get out of the way.
She didn't kill your brother, Arca. You're better than
Long
this.
rested constantly. Long resting consumes like camp supplies, right? But if you have plenty of them, don't care.
If you ever had it to begin with.
Just do side quest before act change warning. Okay. Note made. Step between the crossbow and the goblin.
Looks like the Absolute sent me a protector. You're gonna kill him too? You move.
Read the Tiefling's thoughts. Nice.
Cannon would hate me for this, but he's not here. They took him from me. Don't you dare! Damn you. Damn it! Why do you care if a goblin lives or dies?
Oh, that's nice.
Gods, you're exhausting. Fine then.
It's all right, Arca. Let's go.
I'm gonna bite the heads off your kids, and your birdies, and your dogs.
Believe it or not, but I witnessed a similar standoff back at the Yawning Portal. Of course, an establishment like that invites all sorts of outlandish entertainments.
I've heard superstitious innkeepers muttering about the yawning portal. Every time this game gives me a special prompt based on my character creation settings, I'm like very happy. It's really great. It's like the core unit of joy in a game like Disco Elysium as well, whenever it gives you like a modifier for some stupid arbitrary choice you made.
Leads into the Undermountain, you see, full of death, danger, and vast amounts of treasure. Hard to resist.
I love that Disco Elysium sometimes gives you bonuses for failing other checks, especially the red checks.
Oh, a drow, a dragonborn, and a cleric of Cyric walk into a bar. Your standard fare. Maybe someone was cheating at cards. Maybe it was some weird lover's quarrel.
So didn't the core D&D races change between Baldur's Gate 2 and 3?
Fell over the entire room.
Like Dragonborn and Tieflings are relatively new as of like 4th edition, right?
I stood up and yelled, "Shadow Dark Ale for everyone!" The crowd cheered. The tension drained into 6 tankards, and soon all was well again. In a place like the Yawning Portal, the most powerful magic is calling for a round of drinks. Mind you, all I did was call for ale, but you went and stood in front of that crossbow. Well, I'd drink to that.
I should ask, is the audio balance okay? Gale sounded much quieter than a lot of the other people I've been talking to. I guess I want to try to optimize for the quieter sounds. I also don't want the game to be like crazy loud in combat.
Protecting me. Don't care neither.
Tried adjusting the music sound effect audio before. Okay, thanks.
They're gonna burn this pretty place for the glory of the Absolute and hang you by your guts. Goddess, we're burning her name across the face of the world, we are. The Absolute is gold from the sky, she is. The blessing in the storm and the storm itself.
Have any holy literature on you? An all-powerful goddess that can't get you out of a cage.
Maybe she sent you to help me. And you will, if you want to save your skin. And if the Tiefs stick a few arrows in us on the way out of here, don't worry. Priestess Gut will patch us up. Got a whole lab set up. Cooks up potions that fix our lads, no matter how much of a beating they take. Could probably stick your head back on if someone was to chop it off. Mighty booyog.
She's great.
I'm not saying we should trust a goblin, but she sounds very useful.
Get me out of here, and I'll tell you where to find her. Deal? Then hurry up and do it. My tribe ain't as friendly as I am. You're gonna be sorry. You gonna open this cage or what? Well, hurry up.
It's not soon enough.
I've got all the time in the world. You don't.
Context menu, lockpick. But because it's red, that means if someone saw it, it would count as a crime. Okay, but they all left the room, so. I don't know if I'm better at that or Gale.
No one's past this.
Probably Gale. Or not Gale, Astarion.
I already met your friend. You here to get me out of here?
With pleasure.
Yeah, I misspoke. I remember all the characters' names.
Let me out, you bunch of softies.
I guess if Gale had knock, I could do that.
At least things have stayed interesting.
Ready to go meet my tribe? Just say the word. Happily. Lead the way.
Some allies temporarily join you. You can control their movement and actions. Oh, that's cool. I ended up, in my custom D&D rules, representing allies as like a combat abstraction. They're like a card. You have like a summon ally deck, and the ally can do like one thing per combat, and anyone in the party can activate it. And they're like they're not tracked as a target, so enemies can't hurt them, right? So I think it's interesting to be able to say, oh, you got like a wizard with you, so they put a patch of grease on the ground or whatever. But it's often not interesting to have them be the target of AoE attacks and shit like that.
Still breathing, despite everything.
Sneak through here. I can always tell if I'm allowed to walk places. I could try jumping. Oh shoot, then what was the button for jumping? It's like an action, right? Too far. Oh.
That's curious.
That's cool.
Glowing eyes are rarely a good sign. Best be careful.
Doke. Hide is stealth, right? There's not like a separate action for stealth.
Wake him up by chopping off a toe. That'd be funny.
Yeah, give him something to cry about.
Let me make sure that this isn't, that my goblin follower is not gonna do dialogue with them. I'll load if it just triggers combat instantly here.
dead if we go back without him. We'll get the druid talking. Did some bleeding hearts show up to save the druid? I'll cut you to pieces.
What are you doing? It's me, Sazza.
You and them other idiots mucked up the old raid. The Absolute don't like failures.
I ain't a failure. I'll be an hero when I tell the boss about this place. And you'll be maggot food.
I'll be telling the boss myself. Kill him!
Alright, that's that. Not very helpful. Cool. Let's just preemptively murder them then. Do I have to worry about followers? Are they like pretty abstracted? Are they making like stealth checks and shit? Or not really? It does say I can fully control them, which I was a little worried about.
For now. The air is ripe with magic.
Do I have a way to easily make my entire party hide, or is it pretty much switch to each character and select hide? Oh shit, what the fuck? Oh, that was happening in the background before constantly. I was really confused as to what the hell it was. Okay. I tried pressing that a second ago and it didn't work. Holding it down? Okay, thanks. Add that to my notes. Hold down on D-pad to hide party.
Don't wear his voice out. We still need answers.
Ready for you.
Yeah, that's correct. Thank you. Very helpful. Doesn't look like I can interact with that thing.
We'll get the druid talking. Grove's got to be full of magic.
That's why I've been stabbing all the rats. Might be spies.
Beautiful. That's pretty good for now, actually.
Let's go.
Mud doubles the movement cost. Okay. About to ask. Glad the game just tells you. Two guaranteed crits at the start of combat's pretty nice if I'm able to initiate there. Oh yeah, I need to like, because they're not in the combat right now, right? Character can react to another action. Manage your available reactions or reactions tab of your character sheet. Okay. Well, I was trying to see what that said there. Hell. I couldn't dismiss the thing on the left. I was trying to press left D-pad to dismiss it and it wouldn't let me. Okay, it's just showing Findal is unconscious. Okay.
Got to move.
Cutting words. 1d6 penalty to attack roll, ability check, or damage dealt. And I can just do that for free? Or it's I only get one reaction per round, so that would, I guess, be in lieu of, like an attack of opportunity.
Don't waste a step.
Okay. That's tough if it costs Bardic Inspiration. Boy.
Loving tit.
Just let me empower healing word for free. Is that just like a bardic class feature or something?
Looks like that hurt.
A rough tempest I will raise.
I assume I can't do that with every spell in the game, right? It's just something the bards can do with their heal. It's... Yeah, I understand that. I'm just wondering, like, why am I able to do that? Like I'm always gonna conserve all my resources when I shouldn't be. I should just be long resting constantly and not caring about it, but whatever.
Let's end this.
Interesting. Okay. Try disabling the statue if it'll let me. Oh, I see. Rude. Didn't see that guy before. Is that a unique to Baldur's Gate 3 thing? That used to be like a feat you had to take to be able to cast lower level spells at a higher level for different math.
His breaths are shallow, his wounds deep.
That's
he
cool.
doesn't respond to your voice.
Heard 5e tried to remove a lot of the stupid feat tax things. That's cool. That worked.
Oh, thank you, thank you. I thought I was gonna die down here.
Yeah, I was wondering if it was like exclusive to heal, because healing is like a uniquely problematic effect for characters. A lot of what 4e tried to do is just make it so that healing was free so that you could still like attack on your turn and you didn't have to spend your entire turn healing all the time.
They were asking questions about a weapon. I told them the only weapons here are the ones the Foulbloods brought. I must tell the others what happened. I stepped careful. There are traps in these tunnels. And thank you again.
No problem.
Bloody thieves everywhere. We moving or what?
Yeah, right. Killing the enemy so they can't do more damage is like the best form of healing. They just make healing bad. It's fair. I don't know what their perception check told them there. Maybe these spooky statues. Shit.
Death's close at hand.
There's other buttons to press, I guess. Death. Thanks, game. Appreciate that. Yeah, which is fine in Final Fantasy and probably fine in most video games, but annoying when you're actually playing a tabletop game where your turn is kind of undoing the enemy turn every time, right? Okay, so the Wyll has better jumping.
Something over there.
It's a pretty good reward for that. I like that. Don't seem to be able to reach that. Come on. I'm very pleased if you guys would not follow me here. That's exactly what I was worried about happening. Okay. I have to explicitly tell them not to follow me. Oh, can I hot swap into that? Because that would be great. Something they added like after launch. That's cool. Thanks.
All right. What now?
My faith protects me.
Probably better to have Astarion do this since he can dash. See if he can jump up there.
And, well, in it.
Yeah, proactive healing feels less bad, I think. Problem is that she's in the way here. Okay.
What's next, I wonder?
Let's get going.
Oh, I have the magic touch.
They seem to just automatically try to follow you, it seems like.
What a day.
Separate the party here again.
Careful, I bind.
Oh, can I not split them here? If I'm already... Is this just like a turn-based problem that I can't split them?
There's no time to waste.
I guess maybe it doesn't matter in turn-based mode.
To live in more interesting times.
Okay, that makes sense. Gotcha.
Salutations.
Right, tracks. Just want to make sure that the other characters wouldn't like automatically follow me.
How about this?
Should add a note about this to my text file. Turn-based mode. Activate via RT. Lets you pass traps and stuff that are annoying in real time. Okay. And I think now I can just turn it off, right? Oh, Maybe not. Charred key, though. Don't you dare follow me, motherfucker. Okay, hold. Stay in turn base until I get out of that little pit. This is helpful for learning, at least.
What have we here?
Probably gonna get once. It's acceptable.
What to do?
Okay, so the orange on that item means that it's the only copy of that key and probably worth picking up. I assume a key would be worth picking up regardless, but...
One step at a time.
Okay. I think there was a highlight interactables button, but I didn't write it down. I'm sure it's tab or alt on... Oh god, don't do that. Hold in the right stick. RT equals highlight interactable. Orange is quest specifically? Okay. Gotcha. Environmental turn.
No time to dally.
All's well that ends. Well, not as bad as it could have.
Okay. Now, there's a kind of...
Is that blood? No.
Thing you can do that's out of combat healing, right? I mean, obviously there was that spell I chose to not take. Is it Shadowheart that had it?
I'm ready.
Oh, it's a short rest is what I'm thinking of, right? I only got 2 of those. May as well use them before I long rest.
No time to rest.
That's what I was thinking of. Yeah, okay. Short rest. Between long rest, Bard has a 3rd short rest. Which there's no opportunity cost to using the Bard short rest, right? Like, it's not like using up a resource, like a Bardic Inspiration or something like that. Some of these are still on. Rune of the Wolf. One I just activated. Okay.
How delicious. Neither seen nor heard.
We got an exploding barrel. Rune of the Eagle. Okay. Totally wanted to pick up the whole water barrel.
Mind if I do?
Actually, some good stuff over here. I'm like, I'm not going to search all of the random crates. Fuck, I'm being rewarded for searching all the random crates. God damn it, game, don't do this. To punish me for doing this. But I don't build a habit. Oh god.
Be careful. There are traps about.
Alright. Eve kits seem really good. I guess I can't do guidance from where I am, but I have a +8, so it's if I roll a natural 1, basically guarantee that I'm gonna roll a natural 1. I get to use the charred key, that's convenient. Nature snare. I've turned off all of the statues that were zapping people. Famous last words. That was incorrect. Oh, it's because she has a torch? It's extremely annoying. Okay. There's like a button for me to toggle torches, right? No laugh if it gave me the one that time. Okay.
I wonder what the next move is.
Might just have to go into our character sheet. Thanks. Is she like missing her weapon? What's happening? Yeah, she has a spear. I guess sometimes she just like glitches out and doesn't hold it properly. Is there anything else here? I guess there's this goblin to loot.
To be free again, gotta say. Never break a promise, unless there's something in it for me. I'll introduce you to my whole tribe and put in a good word for you. See you at the camp.
Thanks.
People up ahead. Something's wrong.
Okay, maybe I will
You're a true soul. You can't die. Please, stay with us.
I don't think he's conscious. Can you hear us, Ed?
You
missed that our auto saved.
A strange symbol glows marked on their flesh, and something within you stirs in response.
I might be able to help. Nice.
He's hurt badly, and Owlbear got him deep. If there's anything you can do...
I'm watching you.
The injured man locks eyes with you. A familiar squirming churns in your head. Your minds intertwine. You see his siblings, Andric and Brenna, new recruits, yours to shepherd.
Protect them. He's a true soul. Mind him. He will...
Cast heal on you.
Edwin! Ed! Please!
He's with the Absolute now. You're a true soul. Edwin, our brother, he was chosen. Like you. Do you have orders for us? We were reporting to Edwin.
True soul?
What? Are you testing us?
A true soul, like you, has been chosen by the Absolute. You speak with her voice. Your words are her command. She grants you the power to enforce her will. And when the time comes, the true souls, you, will rule.
That fellow had a tadpole in his head, and they consider him blessed? Chosen? What madness is this?
You have more to learn of our faith, novice.
We know that all too well, sir, but the Absolute sent us here.
We're looking for fugitives. Survivors from that ship that crashed farther west of here.
Fugitives, tell me more.
We don't know what they look like, but anyone who survived that crash is bound to be injured. That's enough to get us started. The Absolute wants them found. At any cost.
Looks like you found me.
You! Brenna! Kill him!
So much for Brenna.
Still on my feet.
Rotting wrinkler.
Okay. Don't want to spend my inspiration on that.
I don't fancy their chances.
Now that I've used both short rests, I may as well start using actual spells. Rude. Nice everyone's save though. Proud of y'all. As long as one of their characters engage with them, I get sneak attack. Literally doesn't matter who.
So much for peace.
Nice crit.
Unleash me.
Curious what they were gonna say when the other guy was like,
Strange power resonates within the corpse.
"They're true souls. Trust them." J.K. lol.
Your limbs move of their own accord. There's something of value here, something your mind craves. Why let its host's memories go to waste? The tadpole has absorbed it all. Its experience could nourish you, strengthen you.
That seems like a bad idea. Heavily encumbered. Ow.
No use. Compulsion takes over. Your actions are no longer your own.
Give me that eye worm. Any y'all want to comment on that?
Vile parasites. Wish mine would give up so easily, though without requiring such extreme motivation.
Okay, so I'm showing as encumbered because I have to send some of this shit to the stash. Okay, that's fine. Anything that's not equipped. Filter for not equipped? No.
I am enjoying our walks together. Aren't you, Gale?
Most of this armor, anything that's white probably isn't worth looking at even. Oh shit. Oh, God damn it, what was I wearing? I think it was a scale mill. Dropped my multi-select there. Okay. At least they let you do this. This is a big quality of life improvement. I'd almost want to tell the game to just send anything that's white to the stash instantly. Maybe that would cause problems for me in some cases. And let me look at this thing I just picked up. Well, good. Great. Glad to have it. Sure I'm going the right way. Goblin Priestess, Goblin Camp, Auntie Ethel.
Owlbear tracks. Its nest must be nearby.
Wonderful.
Watch your back.
So Jimmy, well, I want, like, for stupid reasons, I want X to be split. Oh, is this like a discrete zone? Whoops.
Quiet as a mouse.
Keep your blade close.
Old Ada search thing to my future Marstead file.
That stench. Dead Owlbear prey, no doubt.
I can't afford to fail.
Everything's fine. Cool cave.
Unseen. Perfect.
Oh, there it is. Hey, buddy. How you doing there, friend? Just knowing I can crit for free out of combat is pretty incredible.
You feel the quake of its heavy footsteps before you see it. An owlbear, its beaked face looming out of the
Good job
darkness.
of making him pretty scary looking. Probably, I was just trying to just not get detected here. But...
The owlbear's one good eye flicks away for a moment. You follow its glance and see an owlbear cub.
Aw, precious baby.
The owlbear stares, then sharply inhales your scent. It sits back, its eyes still fixed on you. A silent ultimatum. You can leave now, or step closer and die.
Okay.
Keep a blade close.
Best thing ahead, or I'm lost.
Tiring business, isn't it? All this traveling and adventuring. Why don't we take a little break? Allow ourselves a few moments of rest? Gives me a chance to talk to you about something, well, rather important.
So that means he's got new stuff if we long rest. Oh no, here, okay.
We've been on the road together for a while now, haven't we? Survived some perils, overcame some obstacles. Ever since you were kind enough to free me from that stone, I've seen you demonstrate remarkable guile and courage. The way you stood in front of a crossbow to prevent a murder. In short, I've grown.
Thanks for listing the one flag you had there, bud.
The reason I make a point of saying this is that I've grown confident enough to tell you something I've yet to tell another living soul, except for my cat. You see, I have this condition. Very different from the parasite we share, but just as deadly.
Is the joke going to be condition is that he's like horny?
The specifics are rather personal, but suffice it to say that it is a malady I've learned to live with, and not without some effort. What it comes down to is this. Every so often, I need to get my hands on a powerful magical item and absorb the weave inside.
Won't that ruin the item?
Trust me when I say, the loss of the occasional wizard staff or tome of enchantment is a bargain given the cost of allowing me to deteriorate. It's been days since I last consumed an artifact, since before we were abducted. It's only a matter of time before my craving returns. That is why I turn to you.
All right. If I find a magic cheesy gordita crunch, it's all yours, man.
To consume, it is vital. Dare I say it? Critical.
Okay. Fishing for loot.
In fact, you have one in your possession. You know for yourself how hard-won such an item was, and it will be no easier when even more are required to assuage my hunger. There'll be danger involved, or great cost.
I see no upside.
Splendid. Bit of boldness will serve us well. I'm sure we won't have to look very far to find what I need. Faerun overflows with magic-infused treasure. As do our packs, as a matter of fact. We've such an item already in our possession. Primed for the moment the need arises. I hope I can count on you.
So, like... How do I know which items he'll accept? Is he talking about item rarity? Will he eat scrolls? I'm gonna try talking to him again. Green or better?
I've known a few warlocks in my time. Talented, of course, though sometimes too eager to listen to the devils on their shoulders. Comes with the territory, unfortunately. Your enterprising approach to my problem is most encouraging. But it is a delicate process to keep my condition stable. I do not yet need to consume an item, but keep it close by. It will not be too much longer.
So, okay, only when he asks for it, I have to, like, just donate him an item, essentially. I guess there's enough trash loot that I should be able to keep that up without too much trouble here. Man, I want to get in there. Alright, I might regret this, but
Keep your distance down.
sneak and see how far I can get to it. So there's no way to have him consume those items early, essentially. Okay.
It's proud.
Ooh, it'd be nice if I could cast Featherfall on him. I didn't take the thief thing that reduces his falling damage. Okay. Try to back up and get the cast. Oh, that's cool. So I could, like, use that, stalactite or whatever. Drop it on the Owlbear.
What's that?
Probably endure a little bit of falling damage. Especially if I'm in a long rest finish. It's really fun. The explorable area feels like it's got a lot of interesting content in it. Like each of the little dungeons I've explored feel like they have totally different content in them so far. Doesn't really have a degeneracy problem.
Another shrine to another god.
Shrine to another god. Saloon and Shar. Saloon ignited the sun, brought life-sustaining light and warmth to the universe. Ocean of animals speaking. So I could use that to talk to the Owlbear in theory.
I need a different approach, clearly.
Hmm. Does that mean that it for sure is going to require like a key to open? I guess I haven't encountered an item like that in the game so far.
There is work to do.
Specific cleric can open it, maybe.
Saluna statue in a stinking cave. Hardly a place of honor.
Ooh, they're all trying. Not succeeding. No, I don't have an option for that.
That might be worth a look.
Prayer and a symbol. Perhaps it does more than just flatter Saluna.
Maybe it opens the chest. Yeah, so how do I like use item on object? Like, is that as straightforward as it seems? I was hoping it would be a prompt if I looked at it, but I think it's just going to attack me if I look at it.
Nothing but empty words, clearly.
Okay. Well, that's not the answer to that. Try that.
Nothing but empty words, clearly.
So maybe this is supposed to be like super exciting if you get here and you're a saloon cleric.
A little help, please.
And sorry, I'm generally not going to ask for this much help, but I'm not yet clear on the structure of this game compared to like Divinity. If like this is going to be a common occurrence, like a sealed magical chest that requires a nearby puzzle to be solved, or if it's only possibly interactable if you have a specific character loadout or makeup. Should I expect that if I find this, I will always be able to deal with it, or only if I have the right characters in my party for it, I guess is the question.
Nothing but empty words, clearly.
Or like a specific spell I'd have to cast on it. Fortunately, what's even happening when I'm getting attacked isn't super clear, unfortunately. If someone wants to Google how to deal with this, I only want to know for this one so I have an idea of how the game is structured for later similar situations. So if anyone wants to give me more explicit instructions, I'm open to them here. I'm okay if it turns out that structurally there are things that you encounter that you're not meant to be able to solve if you don't have the right party makeup. Different character than Shadowheart. Oh, okay. Didn't think that would matter. It's good to know that that can, let me put that in my notes. Character using items can sometimes matter. Side quests.
No one stopped me yet. Chest unlocked. My prayers are answered.
Okay, that's cool. Although I kind of wish it had been like, instead of her just having like weird denial text, it was like, I refuse to do this.
Destroy it if possible. This rubbish is an offering to Selûne. At best, it's worthless. At worst, who knows? Could be cursed. Do not trifle with that moon witch or her trinkets. Only trouble will follow.
It would be funny if I could get her to cast a bonus on me. Because I could have had her cast it and then talk to her. Did you just fucking cast friends on me? That's it. We're Jover.
Perhaps you can sell them for a couple of coins. It hurts.
Where has 50% hit points or less, they don't provoke opportunity attacks. That's kind of cool. That's cute. Okay, so that has taught me, and please correct me if this assumption is incorrect, that although there might be multiple ways to solve little secrets like that, generally there'll be something nearby that lets me solve it if I don't have the appropriate, like, you know, character build way to do it. Although it seems like it's not quite as, like, the bad version of that is like Fallout 3, right, where you invest in hacking, but why bother, because there's always a key to the hackable door in every circumstance, you know? Maybe you just have to work significantly harder for it.
Not one in particular. The city is a veritable feast of sweethearts.
Really like their banter, it's fun.
Get back then. Slimmer pickings out in this wilderness.
Strange. It looks healthy, but it's stone dead.
Sanguinated, you say? Did you do this, Astarion?
The pig's dead, my friend. Staring at it won't bring it back. Come on. We'll never fix these brainworms if we stop and gawk at every piece of carrion you find.
Love Bar is the main character because Jack of all trades, but he's not feel too terrible for doing different skill checks.
Only a few hours dead. Examining the corpse, you see 2 small puncture wounds in
That's
its
cool,
neck.
yeah.
And is it dead enough for you?
The Fallout solution is my least favorite. I don't like that because there's always a way to do it. It means that your points that you put into hacking or lockpicking or whatever are essentially completely pointless. But also the game needs to convey to you, you can't do this because of your current setup, right? So it's sometimes hard to do.
It's been drained of blood with wounds in its neck. It's been killed by a vampire.
What do you know about
I don't
vampires?
say anything because
You've got little barks whenever I switch you.
They are ferocious creatures. But don't worry. I'll keep watch tonight. we won't have to worry about nocturnal visitors. Now please, let's go.
Like, it's hard to say now that searching the internet is garbage, but I'm almost positive that if I Google Astarion Frankenfurter that I'll find great fan art. Okay. Okay, so help me understand how splitting the party works in this case. If Astarion's hanging out back here and I go initiate combat with them with these guys, does he still count as getting a surprise round against him, or do they count as surprised against him? I'm trying to understand, like, is the game modeling him as being in a completely different party than mine right now? Astarion disapproves.
Let's move.
Looking at birds' nests?
Thought you was busy with the foul bloods in Elson's Grove.
Okay, so if combat's happening and he's not involved, he can't, they're no longer surprised because they are in combat, which means that that state can't stack with surprise.
Smart. Those bastards will spit on your grave after running you through. Tieflings. Goblins. Gods, this contract was cursed from the first.
I think Divinity had this pitch that you would play it co-op and, like, your friend would talk to somebody while you would go behind them and pickpocket them.
Wasn't no few goblins, mate. There's an entire hive of them. Contract failed to mention that part. The kind that leaves half your crew dead.
There's a wizard in Baldur's Gate that'll pay gobloads for a relic, supposedly buried round these parts.
But gold ain't any use if you're too cold to spend it.
That's cool.
Have at it. If you think you can do better.
It's called the Night Song. Supposed to be hidden under the temple where the goblins jumped us.
I'd give you a map of the temple and wish you a happy funeral. But my mate Brian kept hold of it like his own sodger. Goblins made short of the fat old chunk. All I've got's the contract. Can show you where we turn back, if you feel like dying.
Thanks.
Don't thank me. I'll be well on my way to Baldur's Gate when you die. I'm just glad to be rid of the bloody thing. Happy hunting. Come on. We're wasting time.
Okie doke. Having to decide if for stream purposes it makes sense for me to just sprint around everywhere, saving constantly, and then if I trigger combat, load my most recent save, and then have Astarion go up, because I don't want to be sneaking up everywhere. Like, it's kind of recreating that miserable actual tabletop RPG playstyle where your players are so excessively cautious, right? It's like super slow, and it's the problem is, like, it seems like with, especially if I took Assassin, that it's actually kind of worth doing. It's not a bad idea. Divinity Original Sin 2 is like that. Yeah. That feels like that might be a kind of a cursed problem. I don't know how you fix that, to be honest. If you fix it. You actually want to go this way. Okay. Right. I guess the game could do something like you could have some kind of like diegetic, you know, spidey sense or something.
Looks like they're laying an ambush.
I say that and immediately roll a perception check for an upcoming ambush, but maybe more like fourth wall breaky than that, right? Like the game just gives you a sense when combat is near, so that you know when it's safe to just kind of run around the rest of the time, so you don't feel like you have to constantly be sneaking. That was pretty funny. Just it's nice that it has the perception check, but like the next level of difficulty is that, well, I could use the perception check if it rolls, and if it doesn't roll, I'll just load my save, which is the ultimate perception check, right? Is there an optional mode that restricts saving in any way?
You sniffing where you ain't ought to be, friend. Might have to take that nose.
As the symbol glows, power courses through you. Authority.
Wait, does Astarion just naturally have detect thoughts? Maybe it was a mistake to give it to my main character.
Bollocks. Fezzik. Funning around while I'm stuck dealing with yobs.
Honor mode is enforced permadeath.
That a fact? He's at the windmill, mucking about. Wouldn't stray again if I were you.
Just passing through.
Getting drunk off their choppers in camp. Ain't fair.
Maybe it lets me bring the rest of my party members in here. I don't know that it will. Well, that's too bad. New ability sounds fun.
Ah, the faded ghost of fun.
I've got a long road ahead.
It is really nice to see that these devs seem to be improving the formula every single time, even if this is like literally just Divinity Original Sin 3. Like, having not played 2, it feels like it's a giant leap forward. And I heard 2 is already quite a bit better than 1.
I'll tell the gods what's what.
Thanks for that.
Goblins ahead.
Well, look what the rat dragged in.
Can it? I know something Ragslin will want to hear.
Yeah? What's that?
I've been in some druid's grove. This one sprang me. Now move over so I can tell Ragslin myself.
Hold on. Where are the raiders?
Dead. Every last one.
Ragslin's drow friend won't be happy to hear that.
She'll be happy enough when I tell her where them looters is holding up. Let me through.
Hold on now. Is it true what Saz says? You helped her escape that grove?
Great.
Yeah, that's right.
Nice.
Ha! Oranga and Sazza killing druids? Pull the other one.
That's enough out of you. Come on. Gotta let the drow know where them looters is. We'll be heroes.
You can't play as a drow in this game, can you? Oh, interesting. seems bad.
The voice is irresistible. You recognize the overwhelming authority that you've used on others, only infinitely stronger, and turned against you. Your vision clouds, leaving you in a dark, featureless shadowscape. Nothingness in every direction. Then there are 3 figures before you. An armored male elf, exuding power and command. A handsome younger man with a quick, easy smile. And a pale young woman with even paler eyes.
These are my chosen. They speak for me.
It's interesting.
Aid their search for the prism, and you will be worthy to stand beside them in my presence.
You feel energy pulsing from the artifact, lifting the pain from you, pushing the voice away.
My power grows. My forces gather. The reckoning draws near.
Don't give me that look. I don't know what just happened any more than you do. We should keep going.
I don't know what that toy of hers is, but I'm glad it's on our side.
Perhaps. But whatever it was, I don't want to experience it again.
Artifacts seem to stop the voice.
It's nothing. I swear.
Tell me what you know, please. So I'm making me roll checks on you. I need your guidance. Plus 1d4 for free is kind of amazing.
I don't know. Not exactly. All I know is it's important I get it back.
And screw Jack of all trades. It's at least as good as Jack of all trades. I guess it stacks with Jack of all trades.
I suppose if we're to continue together, I may as well tell you. I serve Shah. My home is a secret cloister in Baldur's Gate. A group of us was sent to retrieve the artifact. Now I'm the only one left. I can't afford to fail. I can't tell you anymore. This mission required utmost secrecy. We all submitted to having our memories suppressed so that we couldn't betray Shah's confidence.
Oh, that's cool.
If I reach my contact in the city, I'll have my memories restored. Until then, I have to guard the artifact with my life.
I should make character notes in case we have long gaps here. So, Shadowheart serves Shar. Memories sealed until she returns.
She and my beloved
D20
Mistress are
artifact.
not exactly friends.
Gale. Faith is your own concern, not mine.
True. I didn't think you'd
Likes to
react so
eat magic
pragmatically.
items. Green or
Perhaps I
better.
should have told you sooner.
Now that the truth's out, tell me more.
Talk to me later. We've got more pressing matters to see to right now.
How did you come into possession of that artifact exactly?
There's nothing more I can tell you. All I remember is that I have to get back to my contact in the city.
A powerful artifact indeed, to have caught the attention of so many. Not least the Absolute itself, the 3 figures in the vision, the Chosen are searching for it. With the cultists' aid, it will not be long before they find it. Before they find you. You have evaded them so far, thanks, it seems, to the artifact itself. But How long can such protection last? Shadowheart
Good question.
has made her position clear. She will see that it is taken to its destination at any cost. You still do not know what it even is.
Trust me, I'll guard it with my life. Let's keep going.
I like the narrator in this. Like, the narrator in Disco Elysium is pretty clearly, like, many fractured aspects of your own personality. It's like, you know, Harry who's talking to you. Here I assume it's like a stand-in for the Dungeon Master, but they have the potential to do some fun stuff with the narrator where it's not the Dungeon Master, it's something else, right? Even if they don't do that, the idea that it could be true is kind of fun.
Something the matter? Wait. It hurts. A joyous little affliction that visits me with screaming agony on occasion. I'd be lying if I told you I know what causes it. But don't worry. Can't hurt you. Only me. The wound on my hand. It never quite heals. And sometimes it causes terrible pain to rip through me.
Wounded hand.
It's my burden, though, from Lady Shah.
Proto thing, got it.
I can feel
Literally just
her
wrote that down in my text file. Why would Shar subject you to such a thing?
I cannot say. Not with what I can recall. But even then, it would not be for me to question her will. Lady Shah has her reasons.
Somebody made like a Shar cleric and then met Shadowheart and was like, fuck. That's happened to me before. It happened to me in Guild Wars 2. I was like, I'm going to make the character that is like the least obvious. I'm going to do the plant person and they're going to be an engineer. So I got this cool lady plant engineer and then like the main antagonist was a lady plant engineer. I was like, fuck. Causes it to hurt you.
It's difficult to say. Sometimes I wonder if it's supposed to be guiding me, punishing me, testing me. But perhaps it's none of those. Perhaps it's completely random. I'd like to hope there's more to it than that. Some meaning that Lady Shah will reveal to me when the
Really?
time's right.
I wonder how many people are doing that from my bet I
Until
get a
then,
cleric in my party.
All I can do is endure.
Sure, yeah.
I don't think so, but you're sweet to ask. Maybe just be patient the next time you see me wince or cry out. It'll pass quickly enough. It always does. Pain is sacred to followers of Lady Shah. Pain will give way to
That's a
loss
classic
and then to the
CRPG
peace of her
problem, though,
eternal
is like,
darkness.
should you even
Tolerate a
take
great deal of suffering so
jack of all
long as it
trade
has
type
me.
abilities like pickpocketing and lockpicking on your main character, given that it's almost certain they're going to give you a party member who can do those things? Sorry to interrupt y'all, this just happened mid-goblin shit. Everything's good now.
Sounds like they've captured themselves a bard.
Fill the front row. Be you beguiling, or be you beheaded? Goblin kind will tease you with fragulous crown and with scepter abraid. Draw Ragslin, short work of the innkeeper made. The inn burnt to ash. The captives were many. Goblin kind had reduced them to cowering filthenny. So raise it, your goblets, and drain them with pride. Draw Ragslin, the true soul, and let you glide.
Good try. Grimace at the feeble rhymes. Oh no, is this worse to show him up here? nice they try to give you opportunities to use the skills. Part of the way, if I were making a game like this, I would structure it is I would try to look at all of the skills in the game, and if they didn't already exist, try to add like a roughly equal number of checks for all of them. So like you're not just making perception checks all the time, right? Or arcana checks.
That was good. Carry it on, Pigeon.
And if you saw him kill manlings, you'd have to yell, "Hum! Fa!"
Just to do this all day.
Why? He's a meatier creature than any I've spied. Oh, Balderdash.
Oi, stranger! You making with my pigeon? He's talking stupid now.
Come, let's continue our ballad. Draw Ragslin, I am Draw Ragslin, Tumptuous, Draw Ragslin,
You broke him!
Wait, wait. Draw Ragslin, we play, we...
Come on, pigeon! Back to your cage!
Now, look what you've done.
Okay.
Of course.
My name's Gripper, idiot!
My journal. Grab the artifact secrets. Rescue Volo. He clearly needs help. No kidding. Yeah, so I imagine you can just come here and fight all of the goblins, but you're going to have a really bad time because there's so many of them.
Statue of Seluna. This ruin must have been dedicated to her. And now it's a nest for some filthy goblins. A fitting end. Seluna. As if mingling with a horde of goblins wasn't bad enough. Let's do what we have to do, then get out of here.
Okay. Not your usual haunt, I take it.
Quite the understatement, but yes. Let's not linger in this place any more than necessary.
Oi! Ain't no party in here! Shut it, Graw! Olak cleared us. Got a visitor for the drow, I do. My arse! What's a true soul want with any mate of yours? Private business, that is. Raiding business. But if anyone wants a piss pot guarded, we'll call. Just get your friend branded proper. Right, Sazza? Got better things to do than... No, you don't. Come on, then. Bloody racket.
Oh, come on now. They're just having a bit of fun.
Aye, so much
I already kind of get the sense that there's lots of different ways to resolve this whole sequence. You could have just completely abandoned Sazza.
For once, the goblins' decorations are an improvement.
Shit, I lost track of her.
A scrying eye. Best not do anything suspicious while it's watching.
That's kind of cool.
And now you dare to question. I didn't mean nothing by it, your ladyship. Honest, I didn't.
Life, much like your words, is meaningless. Well, end the latter to save the former.
Sorry to bother you, mistress. Got a message from the guards.
Mistress! It's me, your loyal servant, Sazza. I'm back, and I brought a friend.
How thoughtful. And where did you find this
friend? They was in some rickety druid grove, mostly full of tieflings, but them intruders you're after were hiding out there.
I presume you dealt with my prey and massacred the rest.
Ah, well, the thing about that is, they sort of massacred us. But this mug helped me to escape. I say we stick a few holes in him. Show how grateful we are.
You feel a cold hand caress your mind as the drow praises you.
Oh dear. Your prisoner is one of the Absolutes' favorites, Sazza. A true soul.
Nah, a compy. They was in a grove hanging around with the tieflings.
Undercover, no doubt. Carrying out the Absolute's will. Oh, Sazza, you have made a grave error. And it will be your last. My spiders are hungry, little one. But before they feast, tell me where that grove is. And I may yet spare your life.
It's past the bridge, to the east. Big old gate covered in ivy. Don't hurt me, mistress, please.
I will not hurt you. My spiders will have that pleasure.
No, I mucked up, I'm sorry. But I didn't know who they was. They didn't tell me nothing.
Just telling the truth.
I told you, I was trying to follow orders best I could.
Silence, wretch. And remember, you owe your miserable life to this one.
Hey, Bucky, how you
I won't
doing?
cause any more trouble. I swears it.
Through sheer luck, that pathetic worm has brought me the information I need. And it seems that the inhabitants of the Grove trust you. We can use that against them. You have a part to play in this slaughter.
Not trying to slaughter anybody.
When my raiding party approaches, throw open the gate and signal me.
The fate of the Grove's inhabitants hangs in the balance. Killing the drow here would spare them, but it might be better to face her warband at the Grove itself, on familiar ground. On the other hand, participating in the slaughter as she asks may be the perfect way to earn her trust and access to the cult's inner circle.
So what I don't know is if I kill her, is every goblin in the camp going to aggro me? I guess I can say this and try to do a solution here.
Marshalling the goblins is no simple matter, but my warband will be ready to attack by next light. Once we are in position, we will wait for your signal, and then we will break them all.
Gather the raiders.
Yes, your leadership.
Why do they think they're talking to a god?
Hope she remembers what we did for her. Okay, so I want to try a couple things here. It's probably going to end extremely badly for me.
Got a message from the guards.
Yes?
Got visitors. Don't know who they are. Mercenaries, maybe?
Interesting. I wasn't expecting guests.
Not enough space up there.
Raiders are just waiting for the word, mistress. We're ready for anything.
And the prisoner?
We're still working on him.
Okay, so if I wanted the long rest here, I technically can. The game does not care about time passing for that.
The air is heavy. Moisture drips down your forehead. Pain shoots through your fingers. The world swims as you close, then reopen your eyes. How long have you been waiting here? A moment, a night, a 10-day?
I don't want to say Fortnite.
Chukil gate vlakith mazathok. Can you feel it crawling through you? Tendrils squirming in your chest, gripping your heart, piercing your belly. Your bones popping, your flesh swelling. I can. I see it in you. I feel it in me. We are lost. I will be quick with my blade. First you, then the others, then myself.
That makes sense.
Your minds intertwine. You sense a touch of uncertainty, a touch of disgust.
Can't use friendship. That's okay.
I cannot trust my own mind, so it seems I must trust yours. I will wait, but know this. I am watching. If the sickness does not pass come dawn, I will end us all.
Seems fair. Hopefully the sickness passes come dawn. You can just trigger a game over there, I assume.
I came just in time. You are transforming.
Yes, you have. I saved you before.
Oh.
And I'm here to save you again.
Trying to like say, hey, you need to focus on getting to a healer and get into that pull out.
You will not become a mind flayer. Not while I'm around. I'll protect you.
What about my friends?
We haven't much time, so listen closely. There is great potential within you. It comes from that parasite. Your instinct is to resist the power it gives, but you must accept it, nurture it. I will keep it from consuming you, but for the sake of both of us, you must learn to wield it.
Interesting. Oh, you got creepy god orb eyes. That's pretty sweet looking.
A fight for the fate of Faerun. A fight we are losing. For now. You can change that, but only if you embrace your potential.
Like the drow lady is like, wow, that venturing party's tripping balls up there.
I have to go. The enemy is closing in. I will be back. Wake now. You'll feel better. I promise.
Thanks for that. Reesh. God, everyone looks like they're sleeping in the most uncomfortable way possible. Absorb the psionic potential of illithid parasites who evolve Mind Flayer powers. Am I like... Is that a moral choice? Because that tutorial technically made it seem like, hey, this is always a good thing. But then it gave me the opportunity to attempt to resist it earlier. I'm okay just getting an answer to that since it seems like it's a core game mechanic. Like, is this like harvesting little sisters and Bioshock level of moral choice? Or is it like, no, She just told you in that cutscene you're supposed to do it, so it's fine. Okay, thanks. So there is some kind of significant reward for choosing not to do it, essentially. That's all that I want to know. Not much reason not to stuff your brain full of worms. If the game diverges somewhat significantly for never doing it versus doing it all the time, then that's enough information for me. I just want to make sure it's not like, no, this is like an obvious upgrade path that you're supposed to take, and if you don't, you're just like wasting time.
Did you have any strange dreams of late? Vivid ones? Damn. I was hoping my imagination had gotten the better of me. But this must be something more. This dream companion wanted me to use the tadpole. Use its power. Whoever it was claimed to be an ally, but I don't know. It seems like we can't escape this mess. In the waking world or otherwise.
Okay. I know that's kind of an annoying thing to ask a question about, but it honestly wasn't clear to me if the game was trying to signal, like, no, this is like, we balance the game assuming you're going to do this, and this would be an exciting, like, cathartic reward for you to find. Please use them. Or no, this is like an explicit moral choice, like the Little Sisters.
You already know my biggest secrets. What more can you ask?
Okay, if y'all want to discuss it and hide, and decide whether or not to recommend that I use them based on that discussion, I'll trust the lot of you.
She took me in when no one else would. Without her, I wouldn't be alive. She's my mother. She nurtures me, cares for me, loves me. Don't believe the lies the Selûnites tell. What, besides my life's calling and the greatest problem I've ever faced?
She raises a good point.
Well, I like night orchids and can't swim. Is that the sort of thing you meant? It's a deal.
Nice.
No, I can't. Quite literally, I mean. With my memory suppressed, I can't betray Shah's secrets. But I can't remember much of myself either. If I manage to return to Baldur's Gate and fulfill Shah's mission, then my memories will be restored. Of course. It is an act of faith, not to be undertaken lightly. Shah will reward me when I succeed.
Tell me about Shar.
You're straight to the point, at least.
I feel like the party dialogue is like the high point of games like this, so I'm probably going to exhaust all of these. Oh. 9. Womp womp, you tried. Because that's an appropriate one to fail, and I guess I could have used inspiration there. I'll try again. So here it's possible the situational is because I tried once already. I wish it told you why. That was one of my favorite things in Disco Elysium, even if it didn't materially matter. Just knowing that something I did, you know, change the check.
Very well. Perhaps there's potential in you. Let's see how you handle this. I am indeed a disciple of Shah, Mistress of the Night and Lady of Loss. I assume you've heard of her?
Remind me.
My Lady Shah is the Night Singer, the patron of darkness and loss. Most fear the dark, like children, because in darkness they see their fears reflected. But Shah teaches us to step beyond fear, beyond loss. In darkness, we do not hide. We act.
Consequence for using the worms is only cosmetic. Okay, thank you, thank you. Sorry.
The promise of better days.
I would very happily pursue it as a explicit. There was like a completely different path for doing it, but if it's just cosmetic, that's fine.
Shah, we stand gloriously naked.
It's like the glowing eyes in Mass Effect or whatever. Mass Effect 2.
We tear down the lies the world is drunk on. The institutions
I appreciate
they trust, the so-called gods they worship, the lives they cling to. We destroy false idols, topple corrupt organizations, fight heretics wherever they're found. There's often suffering, death even. Many people break before they embrace Shah's truths.
Or sometimes. I won't cast judgment on your beliefs.
Curious. Most are afraid of my lady. I think I did well by joining you. Most agreeable company.
I don't know the Faerun deities, like, at all. I guess I know Lolth by reputation. Lolth ended up making it into Greyhawk? Right? At some point, when they brought in the Drow. I know they'll sometimes pick up, like, some races from other settings. Like, Warforged were originally Eberron, right? And now they're core, or at least they were core for a while. What do you think of what's happened to us?
We've been through quite a lot, with likely more to come. Care to narrow it down a little? Must I? Thinking about it won't help. We know what
Yeah, that's why I was puzzled. Like, it did, but then it didn't, and it was like, okay, well, if it picked one, then I'd make a choice without asking chat for help, but it left me feeling uncertain about what it was trying to tell me.
Goblin gut in assisting us. As for this Gith crash,
That would make sense, Spiky.
if your kind can actually save us, I stand to be corrected.
Like, I guess what you would do is if you wanted to make it an actual choice in that dream cutscene, she would tell you to do it, and then you'd meet another god or whatever, another character would come up and warn you not to, right? And you're like, oh, okay. The game is telling me that it's, like, offering me two 50-50 content paths, but instead it just tells you to do it, and it's like, okay, well, that could be the art that they're telling me to do it, and I need to resist it anyway, but then there was a tutorial pop-up, and tutorial pop-ups usually are, like, separate from shenanigans in that respect, so, yeah, I don't know. What do you do if we manage to remove the tadpoles?
I suppose we'd go our separate ways. Not a slight on your company, of course. Perhaps. Perhaps not. If we do survive, we'll have separate lives to return to. I need to get to Baldur's Gate. There's someone waiting for me there. Someone I have to reach. As soon as possible. Let's just say it's a very personal, very private acquaintance.
How am I holding up in your estimations?
You saved my life aboard the Nautiloid. I'd never have expected that from a gift.
Hey, custom dialogue.
And since then, you've seemed reliable. Maybe I'll have to reevaluate what I think I know about your kind.
Artifact is protecting us.
Quite the understatement, but yes, I have it. And I'll guard it with my life.
How'd you come by it?
I was part of a group sent by my cloister. We were to take the artifact from the Githyanki and bring it to Baldur's Gate.
I assume that event where we all got knocked down and then she used the D20 to save us just happens based on a certain amount of time passing from the beginning of the game. It'll happen anywhere. It's not like scripted on that Goblin Bridge. It's a nice way to make sure the main story is pushing forward.
That's all I need to know.
How can you go into this trouble and understand why?
I told you already. I surrendered my memories for the sake of the mission. Shah's secrets must be protected. Duty demands it.
Duty.
Once I fulfill my mission, I can have my memories restored.
Thanks, Shadowheart.
I had a dream last night. A vivid one. And so did you, judging from the way my tadpole is tingling. Someone came to me and promised to protect me while claiming
he's
that
a
the
warlock,
parasite
right?
could empower me.
Spellblade warlock or
These
something.
powers sound, we should recognize this dream for what it is. The tadpole's little trick. No good ever came from trusting honey-tongued strangers conjured up by illithid worms. I wouldn't advise it. Play with fire, and you get burned. That's always the way of it.
The Blighted Frontiers end up chasing a devil in the hells.
Karlach's fires raged in Baldur's Gate before she escaped to Avernus, as my source told it. And she was planning to return.
Oh, that's cool, Spiky.
One of the archdevil Zariel's own. Chaos incarnate, a devil with pure fire for a heart. I made my way to Avernus to stop her.
What if you just ignore Shadowheart?
Even climbed aboard the Mind Flayer ship as it screeched through the hells. I followed in close pursuit. I can't bear to imagine the lives Karlach might be taking. The damage she might be doing.
Who is this source of yours?
A powerful friend with a keen interest in privacy. I'm sworn to say no more. All right. What else is on your mind?
How did you come to be the Blighted Frontiers?
My father once said, one does not pursue a champion's life. One merely answers its call. So it was for me. I was hunting near the Cloakwood when I heard it. A child crying out from a lone farmstead. I found him in the fields, flanked by goblins. His mother's corpse bled into the soil next to him. I don't remember much of the battle, but I remember drying the boy's tears after. Proud? No. Angry. Angry at the monsters preying on innocents. Angry at the so-called good gods for tolerating the cruelty of the evil. Angry at myself that it took so
I like Wyll.
long for me to see the
I guess I could try
suffering.
swapping
The
Gale with
frontiers
Wyll.
demanded a blade, and so I heeded.
Did people not in my party continue to get XP and stuff?
Baldur's Gate, born and raised, the only son of a single father. He wanted one life for me. I chose another. We haven't spoken since I left the city. A classic drama. A staunch father and his rebellious son. Better heard from the bard's lips than mine.
Just your stone eye. Interesting that his eye looks like he's wearing a contact.
A most vicious one, in fact. It's made from pure bloodstone, carved from the
I guess it's kind of like a
mountains
stone,
just
okay.
north of the Moonsea. A reminder that sometimes blood must be shed and sacrifices must be made. But that story is reserved for lifetime friends and calmer days.
I love how all the party members feel like individuals, staffers, like D&D characters and OCs. It's great.
By all means. Sorry, but there's no room for me. I like how you think.
Okay, let's see. Wait, so where do I go to level up? Can I not do it from here? I thought it was just that menu. Oh wait, here we go. Level up. Oh, that's nice that they added that. Dash immediately. Let's rebuke. It's nice. From evil and good. I like burning hands. Eldritch invocations. Unearthed Eldritch invocations. Okay, so this is like modifiers to Eldritch Blast. Sure. No, don't put Agonizing Blast on there. Ah, it's just like flat damage. Oh, okay, I could probably have to take that. I guess it's only +3 for him right now, but... Cast Speak with Animals at will without expending a spell slot. Sounds kind of nice. Oh, it's made extra worse by almost all of these being non-combat. Nice little passive effects. Disguise Self at will. That's cool. Is Disguise Self a... That can't be a context sensitive. I feel like the way to do this is to make almost all of the interesting... like weird open RP abilities from core D&D context sensitive dialogue tree spells where like you take the spell and then it shows up in a discussion that's like, now you can cast, you know, Disguise Self to do a thing that we scripted for you. Since you can't actually account for every possible player idea with it, right? Anyway, push the creature. I think I'm going to take Beast Speech just to have it. Really? That's funny. Darkness, Crown of Madness. Okay, so a lot of these are similar. I guess the problem of ditching Gale is Gale doesn't have friendly fire. It's really helpful. Evilment. Re-raise. Wow, Enthrall doesn't sound as good as you would think it would be. So does that like heavily limit whether they're like, it makes it so they have no line of sight so they can only attack the spellcaster? I guess that's a good combination with the, what was it, Hellish Rebuke. Okay. I hate to be boring and take damaging spells, but I kind of still need to be able to solve combat, and I guess I can respec them later if I really need to. Pact of the Chain, Familiar. Pact Weapon. That's nice. Yeah, because his strength and dex are kind of bad. Okay, we'll try that for a bit and see if I like it. I could maybe replace Shadowheart with Gale on the argument that my Bard technically has heals, but I kind of like having 2 heals at the moment.
I had the strangest dream last night. There was a visitor promising me protection and all sorts of delicious powers from the parasites in our heads. Given our shared affliction, I suppose you had a similar dream. Excellent. Now we can see what these tadpoles can do for us. Exactly.
Because they are giving me dialogue options that make it seem like they care.
Even when it comes to mind flayer parasites. Now, was there anything else?
If it makes me excited to find more parasites, right? Like, that'll make doing side quests pretty fun if it's a really significant reward.
Oh, what's to tell? I'm a magistrate back in the city. It's all rather tedious.
Less than I was hoping for. You need to eat some magic cheesy gordita crunch. You look kind of hungry there, bud.
My apologies. Huh. Not quite myself just yet. I had the strangest dream last night. A visitor came to me. A vision of unparalleled beauty and power. She told me she was watching over me, protecting me, and that our tadpoles could prove beneficial if we embrace what powers they have to offer. An uncanny apparition. Not entirely sure what to make of it. Very curious. In all my readings on the effects of illithid parasites, I've never come across any accounts of correlating dreams between infected parties. Another unique quality of our predicament, perhaps. Are you inclined to take these visitors at their word?
I like that Gale is like hungry George Michael wizard.
If so, we have far more to learn about the powers at play here. Our ignorance as to the exact nature and intent of our saviors is hardly cause for celebration. I hope your confidence proves well-founded.
This might be one of my favorite, like, arbitrary excuses for the party adventuring together. Much better than, like, you meet in a tavern or you're in a prison, right? I guess you're kind of in a prison at the beginning, but not everybody is. A magical artifact you'll be interested in.
That is most gratifying to hear. May I?
Oh wow, so it's not as many items as I thought. So it has to be green or better, and it has to have, like... It has to have Gale can absorb this item's magic. Alright, I guess the effect on that's not amazing. It is a slot that I don't have filled for everybody, but it's fine.
Thank you. That hit the spot.
Yeah. Well, then you run into characters later who have eye worms that weren't involved in the prison break, which is smart. Somebody else showed up to D&D night 2 weeks later.
And no less bound to wake up again to continue its ravages. Such is the nature of all monsters. Oh, it's not so bad once you get used to it. And, on the plus side, my tower in Waterdeep has never been so free of clutter. Sincerely, though, I understand.
I kind of like this as a pure mechanical concept so that you're excited about shit magic items that you can feed him.
All will be told. My lord, I bow to your boundless kindness. What's on your mind? Think of it as tribute. The kind a king might pay to a more powerful neighbor to avoid invasion. As long as I pay, there will be peace. But should I ever stop, along comes a war. I can assure you, the battlefield would extend well beyond the borders of my body alone.
Alright, we'll try this. This might be a complete shit show. I just want to give it a try. So we'll try it with this party. If it doesn't work, I'll swap Shadowheart for Gale. If that doesn't work, I just won't do it. But curious to see what happens. I still have to talk to her.
Gale is positively voracious. Well, let him suck up all the magic he needs, as long as he doesn't snack on a Githyanki's silver sword.
Minority of players get mad. You know me, I like anything that destroys items in most cases. It depends. I really like Breath of the Wild's durability system, and my only problem with it is they don't go far enough with it. Like they need to go much harder with it. Oh yeah, this guy. Hey, what's up? I didn't realize he was at my camp. Right.
We meet again, as predicted. I shall be here in the camp for whenever thou hast need of my services.
You live in my pack? What are you?
There are many answers to that question.
That's fun.
None are important.
Oh, that sucks, Fuchsia. I'm sorry.
Correct.
Can you explain further?
No.
Great. You were sorting something before.
Beyond mortal realms, there doth exist an amalgamation of spirits akin to thine own, ensnared by the treacherous cult of the Absolute, felled in its name. They bear great discontentment with their destiny. For a mere pittance of coin, I might summon the worthiest among them to lend aid to thy undertaking.
Okay.
Most willingly, forsooth. Their passions doth run deep for what hath
So we had to
been
get random party members. I don't think they can ever make a game where the random party members are anywhere near as impressive as like the authored ones. Oh, resurrect allies. And respec. That's pretty great. Okay. Just to change my appearance, I take it. Makes sense. If I adjust my appearance, I'll do it off stream or something. I don't think that's worth spending a bunch of stream time on. Okay, so I can break camp here. Give this a try.
The village to the east. It's abandoned.
Looks that way. But scouts said they heard something moving around out there. Something big.
It's not our concern. Our prey is elsewhere.
Keeping quiet.
Whatever comes, I'm ready. Have to keep low.
How many raiders do we have?
Plenty of lashes.
Wait for that guy to leave. Probably to make sure you can't just kill her with total impunity. Okay.
These pariahs, they're prepared to fight for the Absolute.
What they do ain't exactly fighting. All they gotta do is light up a powder and burn.
Then they're prepared to die for the Absolute.
Dying's the only thing they're good at.
Let's go to the shadows.
Fortunately, when I hold that button down, it always... Okay, I just need to tap it. That's the problem. I don't think that gave me the guaranteed crit, did it? Maybe it didn't. Oh, yeah, it did. Okay. No, she's not as nasty as I was expecting her to be.
What path lies before me?
6 targets. Immune to sleep. Oh yeah, I guess it's like a drow ability. Hideous Laughter. Remember, I have that psionic jump ability. Now everything has been aggroed, I assume. %, nasty. I can do that, I can be pretty sure is gonna work. Probably not. That's probably not gonna work, for instance. Yeah. I guess 1 in 4 is not the worst thing, but it's also... I'm gonna do something that may as well be really effective. Nice! The dream! Okay. Well, let's see how the rest of this goes here. Sorry, Sazza. I guess I could knock out Sazza, right? If I wanted to. Here, mirror image, pass without trace. Evoke duplicity. 8 is the main thing I have here. Okay. To be like, it's like a touch ability. Okay. Makes sense. Well, that's not good. Okay, well, I learned an important lesson there. How often does this save in combat at all? I don't know if I'm gonna get the same lucky rolls again. I guess maybe if I kill this thing, then I don't have to worry about reinforcements. Make a save and then I'll try it again. I'll never auto-save in combat? Okay. Sure, yeah. Could try one-shotting this thing if it lets me.
Plenty of lashes, loads of hunters, and a few.
Hold on, I want to put it on. Let me load and put it on turn-based mode right away. Yeah, that makes sense. I don't think that's a solvable problem. I think it's just a CRPG problem, unless if you're willing to like really break the fourth wall and just like straight up tell the player, hey, there's like a combat in this general area.
How many raiders do we have? Plenty of lashes, loads of hunters, and a few pariahs to carry the powder kegs.
These pariahs, they're prepared to fight for the absolute.
Oh, I did 7 damage. I guess she didn't count as surprised there. Maybe I should hit her first and then hit this. Okay, hold on. Right, when the game is turn-based, it's tricky. It's a weird choice for Divinity Original Sin. I think they didn't want like exploration to feel turn-based, which makes sense. So it would be kind of annoying.
loads of hunters, and a few pariahs to carry the powder kegs.
These pariahs, they're prepared to fight for the Absolute?
What they do ain't exactly fighting. All they gotta do is light up their powder and burn.
Then they're prepared to die.
Your actions have not gone unnoticed. If they persist, it seems they will not go unpunished.
Oh, that's different. Okay, I guess it's because she saw me, but not the Watcher thing. Maybe the better thing to do is to wait for it to leave and then make sure I focus fire it when it comes back and notices me. I just have to kill it before it takes a turn. I should have saved after that first really good round where I killed the drow, but I was unsure whether she would like just instantly aggro the entire camp or if I could kill the goblins in this room and make it out of here safely, you know?
How many raiders do we have?
Plenty of lashers, loads of hunters, and a few pariahs to carry the powder kegs.
Decided I did a crime. It's funny.
What they do ain't exactly fighting. All they gotta do is light up their powder and burn.
Then they're prepared to die for the Absolute. Good.
Dying's the only thing they're good at.
Okay, good. So knowing that the thing still moves, not in turn. Okay, so I can make everything turn-based, or no, I can't once combat starts. Okay, I see.
Sometimes the only way out is through.
It's quite confusing.
Breathe deep and move.
Not gonna get the lucky roll this time, sadly. Oh, I did. Nice. Now we save so I can have a way to deal with the thing when it gets here.
On my way.
Can't reach. It's not enough. It's still gonna get to go. So I basically have to delay my bard's turn to have a chance to destroy it before it gets here, I think. Let's see. Also maybe try moving everyone much further away from the thing. I don't think I have like a hold person or something with her. Is Wyll not considered part of this? Did I not regroup him? That's the problem. Okay, maybe he can solve my problem for me then. Jump to character in turn. I am gonna get to go before it does this time, so maybe that makes enough of a difference.
On I go.
Does she have something that can like lock this thing down rather than kill it? I don't think so. Fine, shit happens. Okay, Beautiful. It's fine. Flourish. Throw your enemy off balance. Oh, that's cool.
Making my move.
Neat. So cutting words is like a chance to use my inspiration to like make an enemy likely to miss when it's like a really dangerous situation, I suppose. Oh, I keep forgetting. I asked this question last stream and I don't remember if we got the answer. Do I need to explicitly tell it that I want sneak attack to get the benefit of it, or will it try to apply it if I just do a regular melee attack?
Over here.
Disadvantage. Can't get close enough. Shit. That's what we do. Nice. 1 HP. Boo.
I wonder if this is worth the cost.
Try sleep here. Too many hit points. Oh, oh, I must have hit the wrong button. Shit. It was just like prompt. I was starting to cast it and then stopped, I guess. Oops. I'm not pumped about. 50%'s better.
This is my
Try to knock Sazza out if I can. $21 health, 31 health.
That won't work.
Critical miss. Fantastic. I wish you would tell me if I was going to benefit from the sneak attack there. It's hard to tell. I think that was in melee range with everybody else.
Still breathing, despite everything.
Witness, you say? Finish selection, I see. See if that works out for me.
Again.
Look at all those opportunity attacks. You love to see it.
Battle favors the fearless.
Eldritch Blast is just like free. Lame. It's a cantrip. So if I want to, like, is there like a coup de grace option? Can I, like, because she's sleeping, guaranteed knock her out? Is that a thing I can do? Never keep track of how that works in different editions of D&D.
No choice but to keep going.
Yeah, just for like regular combat, but not a thing that's like guaranteed to take her out, right? Just toggle it.
Can't give up.
Thought I saw it. This thing, toggle non-lethal. Probably don't want her doing that. Have Astarion do it.
No holding back.
Oh, well, shit.
Try something else.
Makes sense if it only works for weapon attacks. Oh, does it toggle for the whole party? I thought I had to do it for individual characters. Okay, I didn't know that. Thank you.
What's the plan?
No holding back.
Interesting. The host is dead, but the parasite is still alive.
Whoa! All kinds of cool loot here. Spider's Lyre. Ah. Another Mind Flare specimen. I love all of those. That was kind of an unexpected part of the story, that there's a bunch of other characters that have eye worms. Focus Stride. Athletics +1, okay. Play around with those in a second.
This one is a true soul parasite. It can enhance you. You can absorb its potential. Open your mind to it. You already know how.
Your mind swells as it subsumes everything the tadpole has to offer. Everything it was and everything it was destined to be. Pure potential. Pure power.
Good. You have grown your power and improved your chances of survival.
The one in my inventory, do I just have to eat it directly then? If I want to use it? So I'm about to find out if I'm going to be like aggroed anyway on my way out. I don't have invisibility. I don't think I have any potions of invisibility. Let's talk them up. Okay. Passing out. Nothing to see here, y'all. Doo-doo. Nice meeting y'all. It's cool that I don't get aggroed on the way out. Like, it's very unusual for a game like this. You'd think that she would just be like a load-bearing boss that would trigger the aggro of everyone the moment she died. I like that they actually give you
Someone's left a trap.
a chance to stop the thing from calling in reinforcements. I know, right? I'm kind of impressed.
Voice. You're too feeble. Her voice is a blade. It'll cut your brain to bits.
Oh, it's nice that it keeps reminding me that I have non-lethal damage turned on. Let me turn that back off. I'm wondering if the goblin lady who led me in here is like still gonna survive and show up later. I can't imagine the game can account for non-lethally knocking out characters that often, right? Like, there's no way it knows that I killed her boss, knocked her out, and then snuck out. If she shows up at all, I will be completely fucking shocked. I like being in this state of, you know, narrative superposition and not knowing whether it is able to track that or not.
When they find out the monster hunter is becoming a monster.
I've faced countless perils and conquered them all. This will be no different.
I've always had a soft
So
spot
many
for the
enemies here.
confident ones. They always disappoint though.
Next time, dribble me on guard.
Do do.
As much love as I hold for Baldur's Gate, these frontiers delight me as much as
The fact that it seemed to be tracking her opinion of me makes you think that there's like a 1% chance it'll matter, but I still heavily doubt it. It's cool to imagine that it might.
I haven't even had a bath since the abduction. I must reek of illicit slime.
Sure, but think of the stories you'll be able to tell.
Yeah, that's cool.
Goblins are such vile little parasites.
Not the vilest any of us have seen of late.
When you knock out a character, how long do they stay knocked out? Until another character finds them and wakes them, or?
I saw you training those children. You were so gentle. That's not how I was taught.
Cruel words strengthen neither heads nor hearts, Shadowheart.
Hell yeah.
I wouldn't quite say that. I learned a lesson after all.
And came to resent your tutor, I bet. I taught them to fight, not to hate.
Can't believe it let me walk out of there, but I am very excited about that. That's quite cool. Okay, I just found another nice shortcut. So, back button equals map, hold back equals journal. Beautiful. I feel like I need to be able to talk to somebody about this, right? Oh, I still need to rescue Volo. Try to go back and do that here. Let's see. There was like a single leader of the town that I spoke with originally, right? It seems like they moved from where I originally met them up here.
Aradin's back with his tail between his legs. I'm glad for your help, but I'd hoped you were Halsin.
Skip the local drama.
Hells, I didn't mean it that way. Halsin's important, but you're the first bit of good faith we've had since he left. Keep your wits about you. Things are tense with the Druids here.
Oh, there's somewhere here that I haven't been to, you mean? Oh, probably up here. Okay. It would be funny if the character who gives me the mission to go kill the drow leader is like, you should go do this. Like, oh, it's already done. What? Yeah, it's totally cool. Still can't open this.
Won't budge.
Try doing Featherfall if it lets me. No reason to cast that as a level 2 spell unless if I had level 2 slots, I guess. Sleepy bear. Maybe I shouldn't interrupt them.
Let my daughter go right now! She's a thief hellspawn, and you will wait for Korga's judgment. Now get back! Oh, let me through, Ragrasham, or I'll rip your damn throat out! Stop! Move back at once!
Oh no, I don't want to be wait. I want to be... shit. That happens to me sometimes. Whoa, why did it put me behind them?
Calm, Magrin. Give him a chance. You, get back! It's forbidden to outsiders. Korga's orders.
It's funny. It makes me want to go talk to them since I did Featherfall.
No, and you'll find trouble all the same unless you get out of my sight.
A moment, Giona.
What? Oh, I understand. You. Apparently Korga wants to see you. Go ahead.
Okay, so I kind of want to load and see what happens if I don't talk to them then, just for fun. That's really neat, though. Koga. What ritual y'all are doing? Steal the idol. Seems like a bad idea. Cool. I agree.
The pride of the gate.
So does he have to cast it then?
Shh, I'm concentrating. Does this look good?
This is really cool. I'm glad they have
Place
this.
the coin in the middle.
Kick at the bird?
Yes. Yes, you're right. That's it.
Yeah. I love the pet pal stuff.
Yes. Yes. This is perfect.
Yeah, I figured. It's a huge deal in the original Sin for sure.
No one back home will ever believe this.
Speak. The bird knows. She needs to know. You do not.
It is not you I fear. It is my brethren. More follow Korga every day. They are afraid, and she offers a simple solution. Eject the refugees, and we will be safe. A druid and an outsider. We can do nothing without turning the others against us. Only Master Halsin can stop this. I pray my bird returns with news of him. If not, I fear for my people. He left with the adventurers. They went treasure hunting in an old temple near here. Master Halsin did not chase treasure. I do not know what he was chasing, but he never returned. I would prefer not to, but if Master Halsin does not return, Korga will give the order, and my voice will not matter.
The pride of the gate. I thought you were Halsin.
The boar prances around, haunches clenching and unclenching impatiently.
Amazing.
Where's Halsin? Promise me a mate.
Oh, hopefully, Astarion didn't eat the mate.
Please return, Master, before it's too late.
Never a dull moment.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Please. I'm sorry.
This is madness, Korga. She's just
A what, Wrath? A thief? A poison? A
A
threat?
child.
I will imprison the devil. And I will cast out every stranger.
Maybe we shouldn't help you guys.
She's a parasite. She eats our food, drinks our water, then steals our most holy idol in thanks. Wrath, lock her up. She remains here until the rite is complete. And keep still, devil. Tila is restless.
Rude.
Come, Korga. We took back the idol. Surely.
Do it.
Let's do this regardless. So I have to roll for it.
Halsin is gone. I am first druid now.
Don't smile evilly when you think about it.
Control and prove my authority. Fair words. Child, take to the others word of my grace. Sif, Tila, to me.
I don't think persuasion's ever going to make sense in any game ever. It's just talking to people doesn't work that way most of the time.
Thank you, Korga. Master Halsin.
I guess it kind of works in The Witcher because it's never like a check, right? It's just like they try to write it so that you're never trying to convince someone to completely change their mind. Not on my watch. Oh, I like inspiration. That's cool. Because it's sort of like DM inspirations. There's like little scripted interactions where the game's like, oh, you did a cool thing. Here, we'll give you a bonus.
Where am I needed?
She's a child. A devil child. One who tried.
Rat glares at you.
That's what.
Look where
Be nice if that was just on permanently. I'm gonna do a
Rat
passive.
watches your movements but does not speak. Rat doesn't respond. It simply bares its teeth.
Rude. Trying to talk to you, rat.
Another stranger come to vex me. What will you do? Hunt me? Grab my tail? Shout until my head hurts?
There are things to be concerned about.
No, wait. You smell fresh. Safe. You can stay.
So when it says Shadowheart approves, is she talking about the main character? Like when I'm controlling other party members, am I effectively controlling the main character, or do they actually have relationships with each other? Something I kind of like about Mass Effect, that like Talia and Garrus would get together, for example. Okay. So like when you're controlling the other characters, use their skills, they're kind of acting as your avatar.
Go on. Say it. You think I'm a monster?
I think you're a monster.
Monster? Too kind. A demon, more like.
Yes, you would say so. I know your kind. You see only villains and victims.
I do like them moving away from karma and toward individual character approval. I mean, other games have done that, but much better, I think.
You call her monster. No,
I care way more about what Kim thinks of me in Disco Elysium than anything else.
We will seal the grove, free from harm, free of intruders. And mine perish if he stays. You showed great mettle at the gate. The mettle of a skilled sword for hire. I want you to provide your services to Zevlor. Offer to guide the Outlanders out of the grove. I'm sure they'll reward you well. They're to be gone before final prayer. If they are not,
Hey, your problem solved.
must strike. You will do more than speak. This tale ends but one way. With the Outlander rot cleansed, and the grove forever shrouded.
Not necessary.
Why are you here? I sent you to Zevlor. They may die on the road. They will die if they stay. A clear choice, I would say. Nettie, yes. She's bumbling about somewhere. But if your treatment is meant to outlast the rite, you'll be removed with the rest. The Rite of Thorns. It is the Tree Father's gift that none come to harm. When we speak the final prayer, the great vine will sprout forth. The grove will be cloaked in bramble and thorn. No one enters, no one leaves. Sanctuary. None of this can happen while Outlanders infect us. Sylvanas demands that we choke them out.
Well, that sucks.
You did well to speak up for the girl. That snake is fickle. A tragedy prevented. Well seen. Well spotted. We've let a snake replace our leader. Master Halsin. Perhaps Goblin caught, perhaps dead. He'd set Mistress Korga back in line. Hold her to task, stop this damned ritual. More will die if the rite is finished. So many.
They all do this like BioWare head shaking thing sometimes. People do that when they talk, but it always looks very video gamey.
Would you? I would give anything to see Halsin return home.
Go back to the Goblin camp. Hey guys, how's it going? It's weird that your boss died. Anyway.
Sylvanas' blessing upon you, and my gratitude as well. Halsin is an elf with the presence of a bear. He left west with the adventurers.
Oh.
You won't mistake the first druid for anyone else. Come, Silver. Stay close.
Please leave. Our hospitality has limits, and they were crossed long ago.
Oh, my savior. I wish
this
you
guy.
could have visited in better times.
Alston's probably in the camp somewhere.
I see you. Just give me a moment.
A moment. This medicatrix. There. It's up to her now. Life or death. Now, what was it you needed? You found her, but I still don't know what she can do for you.
Oh, mind flayers.
Why are you asking? A tadpole? A mind flayer tadpole?
The very same.
That's a serious condition. Come, follow me. I might be able to help. We need to be quick. This way. This one had the same problem as you. Attacked us in the woods together with some goblins. Tadpole crawled out of his head soon after.
Is everyone being captured by mind flayers these days? I didn't think it was a common experience. I do like that as like a recurring thing. I really thought it was just going to be, oh, our holy party members, but it's neat that it's a whole bunch of NPCs too.
Rather too common as of late. At least that's what Master Halsin suspected. A pity you got me instead of him. He understands these things. Studied them. Still, we have options. You don't have to be here for this.
No, I'll stay. I'd rather know exactly what you're up to.
All right. Let's see what we can do. Of course. Now, tell me what's been happening. Any symptoms? Strange events?
No, nothing strange.
Victims can identify each other. Not that the others know they're victims, of course. How'd you pick up the parasite? Halsin was desperate to find where all this was happening. A mind flayer ship? But Master Halsin was sure. Look, you've been straight with me, so I'll be straight with you. You're dangerous. If you transform here, we're all dead.
True.
But you seem like a good soul. You deserve a chance to save yourself. This is a vial of wyvern poison. Swear to me, you'll swallow it if you feel any symptoms.
Any symptoms, you say?
I hope it doesn't come to that, but thank you. Here. You know, I've spent my life treating folk and never once saw a mind flayer infection. Then suddenly, there's dozens of you. Maybe more. Master Halsin and I were tracking them, studying them, trying to figure out what the hells was going on. Because you should all be changing. There should be a small army of mind flayers out there. But you're not. Weird powers aside, you seem perfectly normal. For one, that thing in your head is like nothing we've ever seen from mind flayers. It's one of their worms for sure. But this one gives you powers. Telepathic connections. And it doesn't turn you into one of them. Not yet, anyhow.
That's good news?
Could be. But there's a lot we don't know. Infected, folks like you, have been converging on an old temple of Selûne. And I've no idea why. When Master Halsin heard the adventurers were heading that way, he saw a chance to get answers. Joined on the spot.
What about the characters' costumes in this? They look great.
He didn't make it back.
I think they probably just made a really robust character creator and used it for all the NPCs. And the costumes just all look great because they're all probably equipable gear.
The thing is, I've sent birds to find him. But the place is rotten with goblins. None of us can even get close. You, though, you're one of them. Technically speaking, I mean. They won't kill someone carrying their parasite. If you can find Halsin and get him out of there, we can discover what he learned. And perhaps he can save your life. How's that sound?
That's cool.
Thank you. It would mean everything to the Grove. To me. I wish I could tell you more. But only those adventurers know what happened out there. All I can say
back in the lion's den
is they all went to the old temple of Selûne. And Master Halsin didn't make it back. Good luck out there. And if things start to go bad, remember the vial. Remember your
Give me a
oath.
poison tooth. Thank you. Okay, let's go back then. I'm probably going to have to wrap here soon. Give Andrea a ride to her rehearsal. So we will be playing this in a couple weeks for the premiere stream that unlocked. And then I think Lisa still has enough sub-block hours for another one of these streams. That'll probably be in a couple months after that. So I'll start leaving Future Marstead notes as I walk over there. So Future Marstead, you are in this Druid Grove. I have to trigger this scene anyways, so I guess I'll do it now. I can't get back up otherwise. Oh, it looks like it doesn't play out if I talk to them first. Okay, that's cool. You're in this Druid Grove, and you have to go find the true Druid, Master Halsin, who's probably off in the Goblin camp to the west. You already snuck in there and murdered the drow lady who runs the place. You haven't been able to find anyone to tell that you did that. You also knocked out your goblin friend who led you in there. Assuming you don't long rest, she probably is still knocked out. So maybe don't long rest to keep that from happening. But head back in that direction. It is... It probably has a map marker, right? Karlach... Oh, yeah, you were totally there. You just had to walk all the way back there. Oh, if I long rest, she'll despawn. Okay. Hey again, Bucky. How you doing? So yeah, march your way back in there. Find Halsin. Maybe save the bard while you're there. Hopefully they'll all still be not aggroed. I don't think anything has changed significantly that would cause them to aggro. Although maybe him busting him out will cause them to aggro. So stay on your toes, I guess. But in theory, it'll be okay. So we'll find out. So because Featherfall is a cantrip, I can just use it like at will. It's really interesting that they made those so easy to use, but didn't just have them be on all the time. Or not a cantrip, I'm sorry, a ritual. It's like at some point in development, rituals had some sort of significant costs, and they decided that was annoying and cut it.
So, Wyll, what was the Blade of Frontier's toughest kill?
Ah, it was a great scrap. A hungry minotaur with a hankering for human flesh. An axe-bearing mountain of fur she was. Gave me a nasty scar.
Right. Yeah, it's not where it's like literally needs to always be on. I think it's close to just being when you take one of these powers, it's now always on outside of combat. Or you can activate a non-passive version of it in combat for some cost thing. It's fine, it's not a big deal. It sounds like they make it easy enough to cast. I really think their idea of having context-sensitive dialogue options to do things like detect thoughts and animal friendship and whatever is extremely smart.
I do miss the gate.
And I hope other games do that in the future.
Sunset over Grey Harbor, fried fish at the docks.
Drunk young patriarchs naked in the fountains. Oh, civilization.
Goblins still aren't aggroing me, so that's nice. I'm gonna try to spare my future self the wandering and get as close as I can before we sign off here.
Sir, Wyll with a Y. Why?
Why? That's right.
But why
why. A great uncle to name, my father said.
Assume they led the bard to same prison where Halsin's.
Let's hope we find him in one piece.
Volo. Speak to Sazza and the Drow. Well, I can see Volo at least. Or I can try to if it doesn't get me in trouble. It might also be a prison. Okay. So future Marstead, the notes are further back. Go back a little bit before I started walking here. Try to rescue this guy in a way that doesn't get you in trouble. You don't want the goblins to aggro you. And then the mission to search for Halsin says it's technically outside of this room. So after you deal with him, go outside the room and see what you can do. Just don't long rest just in case it causes problems. This game is great. I'm really having a good, fun time with it. I always look forward to playing it, and every minute is exciting. I don't feel like it's a drag at all.